Wondered
Just
if...
Every fucking day.
I mean, we had a civil war that followed it, and it still didn't work.
Oh. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crabby D&D. I'm here with Kat.
Hi.
Damian.
Hello.
Kay.
Food.
Romulus.
Down with the whatever is in power currently in this fantasy world.
Depends where you are. Anyway, Vinny.
Hello.
There we go. That's everybody. And me,
Damn
of course.
those Alliance bastards. But you're from the Alliance. Exactly.
Let's start a civil war.
What's the
I'd like to start a
alliance?
war that is decidedly uncivil.
The
This sounds
uncivil,
like a Damian comment.
the uncivil war.
Era.
We're having an uncivil war. No one here is civil. Except for that guy over there. Alright. Are you all sitting comfortably?
No.
No.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what you're going to do. I left you to discuss planning. I don't know if you actually did, so we'll see how that goes. So. You were going to say?
We just discussed who was screwed the most.
And battle chickens.
And battle chickens.
And hung.
And hung.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone. Good to see you're all here. Are your dice polished? Your character sheets all neatened up? Good. Last session, the as so far unnamed party of Kat, Damian, Kay, Romulus, and Vinny had headed to a small fighting pub in one of the dark alleys within Zaker's Crossing. While they were there, they'd prepared to wreak some havoc in the name of the agency, but found their scuffle turned a bit weird. It turned out 2 others were there to do the exact same, and after they moved to engage in combat, so did they. With the near death of their target, who they were told not to kill, the party ceased the fighting, interrogating the hireling that attacked, and otherwise managed to gather a little bit of information from what they could. The name of Raylo. You all stand in this room. The air tense.
Did you say J-Lo?
Raylo.
Damn.
R-E-Y-L-O. You all stand in the room. The air tense as the flickering of the convenience crystals fades, as Vinny leaves the entrance of the pub, doubling back after drawing all the guards and customers away from the pub itself. Avesta clutches at her side, not wounded, but seemingly in pain, as the champion moves to support her and the other 2 brawlers move to reinforce any issues that may persist or arise again. Avesta is the one to speak first. So you interfered with the fight, and you've been scoping out my crew. What exactly is your deal? What's this move? This music's too happy. There. Switch to that. Well, looks around at your group.
Well, I mean, all I knew is he was going to be fighting, and I wanted to make sure he wasn't going to die. As for the rest,
I didn't fight.
For being the first one to be noticed for probably the first time at this point, the champion kind of looks at you and goes, "No, you're fine. You're absolved of this. It's these 3 who I'm more concerned with." Looking at Romulus, Kat, and Damian.
Oh,
I'm
big
sorry,
scary cat.
Alright, I'm sorry.
Rawr.
What did I do that was not warranted?
Well, you struck me while I was trying to take care of someone trying to kill my boss.
Okay, to be fair, you did super duper cheat in that fight. I think we can both agree. I was a bit angry.
House rules are house rules. Regardless,
Okay, look,
you struck in a
say what
moment when
bullshit
someone's
you like.
life was in danger.
I can only apologize. I was irate.
And the interfering looks at Damian.
I didn't realise that was not allowed. You see, if you tell us what the house rules are before we start, then we won't unintentionally interfere. I was just trying to protect my friend.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Really? I mean, it's true.
It's my persuasion, not deception.
Can I provide advantage by being like, he is right, you didn't tell us the house rules before we
I will
started."
say in this instance you are lowering the DC by your previous
That's
argument, so I'll allow that.
Oh, thank Christ.
Okay.
You're a paladin, you've got positive charisma,
Persuasion
right?
was it? That's a 20, yeah.
A 20 total. Okay.
Yep.
The champion in question, DC was lowered. And this would be using their insight, which they do not have a positive in.
Good luck.
So in this instance, no, they do not succeed. They otherwise look at you and then look back at their boss, who is currently she sits down on one of the chairs. Well, fine then, if you're not of any concern, then leave. Hold on to him, though. Speaking to the champion now, nodding at the dwarf who's currently on the ground, hog-tied by Romulus. We'll take care of him.
Okay. How do we feel about this, guys?
What are you planning on doing with him?
Why would that be
Putting
any
on
of
a
your concern if you're not with him?
Still, people shouldn't needlessly die. If you're planning on killing him, like, turn him over to the authorities if you need, or question him if you have to. I understand that they've stolen something of yours. But
There will be
please
an
don't kill him.
interrogation. I cannot guarantee what state he will be when he returns to the rest of this, and after all, he is just a hireling. So I'm sure his agency will be happy to hear what he has gotten involved with.
Sounds fair to me.
As long as he lives, I have no concerns. I just don't like seeing needless death.
We don't have to see it. We can leave.
I
Gonna
agree with
glare at
this one.
Damian.
And I agree with this one. Now, if you please leave my pub.
Of course. Our apologies that your evening didn't quite go as you wished it to. And on that, I'm going to start walking out.
Okay. Okay, Romulus cat.
I'm gonna head out.
I'm going to remove the
Play with
bless.
Jeff
that
and
makes it-
so Chania on the way out. Come with Romulus.
I'm just going to lean down to the fellow. Apologies for how this all went down. Best of luck.
Gives you a glare but says nothing.
I'm going to like pat him on the back and try and slip a little knife, just like one of my little whittling knives, very small, easy to conceal, into his tied up hands.
Okay, go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check.
I'm not so great at these, but
I will say,
If
given
I-
you are using a small object, I will say you get a bonus +2 to your roll here. This will be versus the passive perception of those who are currently present.
Oh shit.
You good?
Okay, that's with a +2 from that. That's 19 altogether.
19. No one seems to notice as you otherwise slip a small knife into his hand. Please remove any form of knife that you would otherwise have, or mark it down that you are missing the knife out of your woodcarver's tools if you do not have one to hand over. Dwarf
Noted
otherwise
and done.
looks at you confused, but kind of grits his teeth. Okay?
Well,
I'm
I'm
not
waiting
going to
at
give
the
up
door
my
for
life for the
Romulus.
guy. Like,
sorry.
I
Okay, what were you going to do?
I was just gonna say I'll wait till Romulus leaves and I'll kind of like slowly make my way out.
Okay.
Slowly enough to where maybe I could pick up on if they say anything as we leave.
Okay. And Romulus, what you can do?
I was just remarking, like, my reasoning there was, I don't want to kill him, and I don't want him. I want to give him a chance, but I don't want to. I can't sacrifice my life for the guy, seeing as we met like, like maybe like 10 minutes ago.
Not even that, like a minute ago. And
Yeah. So this felt like a nice compromise of like, I've helped a little.
Also, make sure to
If this
remove your
results in
rope
the
from
best-
your inventory as well. Or no, because you used your spider silk, your spider rope, so move that
Oh
from your
no,
inventory.
not my spider silk rope. Actually, oh shit.
You would have used it for that because you did say you were gonna use that to give extra
Yeah.
strength and a hogtide. So
How much rope does it normally take to tie someone up? Because I will be
if
at
you're
least cutting off the remainder.
if you're cutting off the remainder, you'd probably have only a few feet because you'd need to properly bind him up, and he's not exactly a
right.
flexible fellow, given he's in full armor at the moment. So it would probably use up like a good 25 feet of it just to try and get it properly wrapped up around him.
Before I leave, then I'm just going to look. I know this is unlikely, but if there's any chance you could get that rope back to me, I would appreciate it.
And Champion otherwise intercedes, stepping as you move through the door, and kind of goes, "We'll consider it."
All right. I know that means I'm not going to get it back, but I thought I'd ask. Take care.
Yeah. And Kay, you otherwise leave, and the door is
Yeah.
closed
I
behind you.
just give them each a nod, say have a good day, and
Okay.
leave.
Okay.
Look,
Vinny,
Kay did nothing wrong here.
Vinny,
No.
you headed outside while this was all taking place. You otherwise led the rest of the guards out, and they are now in the street and beyond. They have otherwise left and gone elsewhere. Whether they'll come back, you don't know.
Okay. So I wouldn't know exactly what's happening upstairs. I know
Nope.
I can't hear fighting
Nope.
from down below, though I wouldn't know if there's any protection against that.
Mhm.
So I'm going to have headed back into the foyer.
Mhm.
Is there anything? There was someone like at the gate collecting money. I assume they've run off with it.
Yes.
That was the Knoll. Yeah,
that was
who
the Knoll,
the
who is
barkeep.
otherwise bounced for now, yeah.
Yeah, and I assume it wasn't like a big lockbox. It was like they were just pocketing it.
It was chuck it in a pouch and then it gets handed to whoever the representative would be, which was one of the guards who
Yeah.
ran off. So the Knoll and the guard are probably elsewhere somewhere right now.
I think I'm just basically making my way to the foyer.
Is there anything that you'd
Okay.
like to do, Vinny, while you're down here before the rest of the party joins you?
If there's nothing obviously super valuable,
No.
to steal, I will have.
Not easily, anyway. If you want to try and carry a several-ton barrel of wine or whatever alcohol is in there, then sure. Otherwise, no, there isn't really anything
Are
there.
there any bottles of spirits at all?
Make me an investigation check.
I'll have taken a little bit of a look around while listening out for any
Yeah.
commotion or people getting closer.
Yeah, checking the obvious spots for this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Investigation, I believe that is +1, so 19.
19. Okay. In this particular instance, as you're otherwise looking around, you do see there are what looks to be a row of bottles underneath the countertop itself. Not necessarily all of them are what looks to be good spirits, or any that you particularly recognise, possibly homebrewed spirits by local brewers or individuals who are taking their hand up at it. But you can see a few of them are labelled in kind of just chicken scratched thieves' cant by the looks of it. Of just various things of whiskey, rum, vodka, and what looks to be just a white spirit of various types. And you find one which is just rubbing alcohol.
Ah, excellent. I drink that.
You
Kidding,
could
kidding.
not, but for the same reason that could actually be useful. So I'm going to grab that and maybe a couple bottles of rum.
Okay.
They could be shit, but who knows?
Yeah. Okay. So note down a couple bottles of just bottles of rum, and then the bottle of rubbing alcohol, which is significantly less compared to the others, but hey, it's rubbing alcohol, not drinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And while you're investigating, you otherwise hear the sound of movement as the doors are opened, and the rest of your party reconvene with you. Kay, you said you were keeping an ear out for if they were going to say anything on the way out.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check with disadvantage because there is a closed door between you and them.
Perfectly fine. Let us hope for something good. Apparently not.
Nope. In this instance, as the door is closed, they seem to be speaking in a manner which is befitting of this, and it is fairly well soundproofed between these areas, it would seem. Understandably so, but considering everything seems to be the neighbour of somebody else. So, there is significantly no sound to be heard as you leave and head downstairs. Okay. With that, you are out to the open air. Well, not exactly open, but to the air nonetheless.
Wait, were you in a vacuum previously?
No, just inside. So, you head back out onto the street. You can see that you don't know exactly what time it is, but you got here about 8:30 and you stuck around for a bit. So, where would you like to go? Or what would you like to do?
Guess we go back?
Kay wants to sleep.
Yeah.
I guess we could
Fine by
sleep.
me.
I mean, yeah. I mean, have we now done your task, Damian? Do you feel satisfied with what we've achieved?
I guess.
You probably
Why
need
we,
to file a
you-
report or something.
Yeah, I guess we've done it. I hope we have.
Okay. Right. That's one
My-
job done.
Your only thing was causing a disruption.
I think we did that efficiently.
Bear with me.
Agreed.
Surreptitiously gonna quickly look at my letter.
Opening up the scroll, you have a look at it and give it a reread, to which I'll read it out for everyone's benefit here. I've unfortunately had some issues calling this one in for debt. If you could show up and wreak some havoc with her stock without laying too much damage on my debtor, that would be wonderful. Her name is Avesta. She's a half-elf with an attitude and has been backstabbing my clients I've sent her. Make an example of her for me. Take your time and don't worry about bodies, just don't kill her, and bring proof. The scroll
Well.
contains directions to the target location.
Proof is the issue.
Yeah.
Couldn't we have just stolen some stuff from there? Not that I think this is a great idea. I feel we've already done enough for that to be
We
warranted.
kind of have. Maybe. I don't know. Damian doesn't know.
Yeah, I didn't swipe very much, unfortunately. Once we're out of viewing range, I'll show them the bottles I got, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure if this is going to be enough to constitute proof.
Word should, in theory, get around quickly that Avesta's dead, even though she isn't. So, you know.
Yeah, but that's not
That's
what
gonna
we're
be
trying to
fun.
achieve.
Oh no, it wasn't.
There
but, you
were a
know,
lot of witnesses, yeah.
That's gonna be a fun one to explain to them.
Vinny, did you show everyone the bottles you picked up?
He will
yeah,
once we're in
yeah.
a place where it's not going to be overseen.
Well, whatever happens, we have caused a disturbance, and we have got some proof of it in the form of many witnesses.
Indeed.
We have produced evidence of her corruption too. I mean, people were getting annoyed apparently at the very one-sided
would-
things that were going on.
Eyewitness accounts are something. We can certainly try and get this. We can certainly ask and see if that's enough. If not, well, there's nothing wrong with causing a bit more trouble, as undesirable as that would be.
I suppose.
Well,
I mean, you
the-
didn't get to do your apple thing, so you know.
I do have great plans for those apples.
Mhm.
If only we were in a place that you could fucking cook in.
What is our? I'm assuming we're still walking.
You either
So-
walk. Where are you walking to?
Yeah,
You're walking back to
keep
your
walking
the Firefly
to the
Stacks?
Firefly flats.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what's our plan now? Tomorrow morning, what are we gonna do? Report in, or are we going to go and try and attempt the mine, the Jade Mine, sorting that out?
I'd
Are
Are you
absolutely
prepared
forgotten
for
about
that? We need
it.
a spell, correct?
We need to collect that in the morning, but we can collect that before heading down.
Okay, we
I
could
think there's no harm in us reporting in, then or picking up your spell and reporting in, and then going down.
We could
in-
report in, then pick up the spell. That'll give us plenty of time for him to be
Vinny,
up
what,
and that.
what about
You
Vinny's
guys
one?
don't need to report in. I can just do that on my own, and if it's not good enough, then.
No, you can't. You can't see. So, but
Oh yeah.
Wow!
That is a fair point.
no, it's good. It's a good catch.
Vinny, thank you for the vote of confidence.
it's also he might want to ask questions just to make sure that what you're saying is true. If all of us are there and can confirm this, then it might make things easier.
Yeah, I suppose.
And you also get lost in this place. So,
Hello, no, I've got a very good sense of direction here. I don't know what you're on about.
cool.
I haven't led you astray yet. I may have been redirected, but that's
Think back
fine.
a
That's
lot.
not being led astray.
Let's just stick together.
Oh, I wonder if we can get any adherence here. Adhesives.
Adhesives.
Yeah,
Practice some
we
glue.
can stick together.
Give you a pat on the back, but it's a strong pat. By most standards, a strong pat for Cat, just a normal pat for everyone else.
Yep. -1 strength really kicking in there.
Oh, it's wonderful. Okay, so our plan is to check in tomorrow morning, then go collect the spell, and then potentially head down to the mines then.
I suppose.
Okay. Right, well, at least we have a clear plan of what we're going to do, though.
Yeah, my thing is going to require more preparation.
Right.
Okay. Good to know.
I
You
still
consider-
have to mention, but it's very well secured, as far as I can tell. Difficult to even
Have
get
you
close to.
considered balls to the walls insanity? Just run in there, go crazy, set things on fire, commit crime.
Set
Okay,
anything on
there's
fire in this
multiple
place?
problems. Fire, yeah, here. Dunno.
There's
Running
got
there
to
like
be a
crazy.
way.
You could set things on warm, I suppose.
Ah.
Got to be a way to set things on fire here. There's got to be. Perhaps perhaps. Are you aware of such a thing as nitroglycerin?
You aren't.
I'll have you know, it's a very common thing in the Peacelands.
Nope.
We use it to treat heart disease.
We do?
I guess actually that it is used in treatment for heart
I mean-
disease.
Okay.
You can't have heart disease if your heart's fucking exploded.
No, seriously, look it up. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Right. I can't think of anything else. Yeah? We good?
Yeah, I guess sleepy eyes.
How long is your
Yes.
horse paid for? 'Cause we've only got the rooms for one night.
5 days.
This is a good question. How long is my horse paid for? You told me.
Lloyd paid for 5 days before he left because he was
Okay, that's
taking
fine.
his horse to head off for a bit.
Yeah.
Country horse. Made
No.
of horse.
Try that one
you're a
again.
horse. Like a horse.
Ah! Horse Virginia!
Mountain mama. Country horse. Take me horse.
Okay. Well, we now know where cat comes from. So,
What? Ah,
Uh,
my native home.
Now,
Yeah.
see, that would only happen if she also had horns. So,
I have a horn.
Well, it needs to
horns
be
plural.
plural.
You need to.
Yeah.
Mm, stick
Either
one
way.
finger up and just on my head.
So, as you otherwise arrive at the Firefly Stacks, the lights are ablaze, lighting up the inside of the cloud window, which isn't as bright as it would have been during the day for obvious reasons, but the convenience crystals around this area give a very warm glow. And you can see that individuals are still out and about. Some are enjoying going to the pub, the taverns, and going out for meals. And you can see that the Firefly Stacks is very much abuzz with activity on the lower two layers, which are for food and dining. Where do you head? Do you head straight to bed, or are you heading to... Or are you heading elsewhere?
We've had
Actually
evening
eaten
meal.
yet?
Yeah, we had an evening
Yeah,
meal before we went.
You've had a meal before you went, yeah.
I had a pie that burnt my tongue because apparently I forgot to mention the simple action of breathing on it.
Oh,
I
that
mean-
was probably towards the end of the con session. That's probably why I
Yeah.
missed that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, your entire party has been expecting cold food, so it was more of a you weren't ready for it. Because, you know, the entire party's complaining that there's no hot
and you're
food
saying
around here.
that because I
This
asked for
place
hot
is
food, I wasn't
hell.
prepared for hot food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yep.
Just suspending belief for a few minutes.
Yep.
As I take that one in.
It's fine.
What happens when you microwave food?
Yep.
Crystal wave food.
Yep, crystal wave. So, you head to bed. Are you keeping watch? Are you just keeping to your rooms and going from there? Because I believe you paid for 5 rooms for one night.
Yes, we did.
So you've all got separate rooms. I'll say Cat as you arrive at yours, and Romulus yours as well. Romulus, yours is obviously a larger bed that's more accommodating to your size, and Cat, yours is also more accommodating to your shape. And yours is in fact a slab, as opposed to a bed, a leaning slab. It has been manoeuvred into your room, but your bed is still there.
Okay. Right. Well, I'm gonna stop and do a little bit of doodling in my book and
Okay.
and stuff. I've got things I want to do. But
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Anything else anybody else would like to do?
Is there a porter or somebody like that around? Because I do want to ask a question about where somewhere is.
Sure, go for it.
I need to ask somebody, where would the abbots be in the city?
Okay. So you approach one of the porters, and they otherwise look to you, and they, kind of this, otherwise a lanky elf individual. She kind of looks at you and goes, "I can't say I know where the abbots are. They aren't exactly as present in here as they are elsewhere. Maybe try, I don't know, maybe ask one of the guards, or alternatively try below in the Ivy Hills. That's more their terrain, from what I understand."
Oh, okay, thank you.
He kind of just nods and goes back to their business.
Noted.
So, anything else anyone would like to do before going to bed?
Plan out exactly how to make what the fuck I'm going to do with all these fucking apples now.
Okay. I'll let you figure that out in your own time, and you can give me a 5-minute maximum briefing on how you're going to do this.
I know something that Kay needs
Not
to do.
spending half an hour on discussing whether you
Look,
can take a table
could have
with you.
just said, like, from the get-go of like, sure, we'll just let that happen, and we could have left it at that, and everything would have been fine.
I mean, you were put into working for a fight anyway, so you've now just got to figure out what you're going to do with the apples from here. Anyway. So, you all get off to sleep. Otherwise, getting what rest you can. And you otherwise all successfully complete a long rest with the new day ahead of you.
Do I gain anything back?
Ah,
Have I used anything?
Okay. Last night, I kind of wanted to look for some
Oh,
bugs.
yeah.
For some,
Bugs. I wanted to do a couple of bits, but that's fine.
I'll say, giving a cursory look, there isn't that many bugs around town. You suspect because there's not really that
It was
much that there is to eat. There's not really any
true.
vegetation
Okay.
or anything on the bridge itself. It's like how you wouldn't find many bugs on a boat, really. You'll find
Okay,
rats still.
I was going
What
to
about
chuck
wood rats?
in. I was going to
Surprised,
put
yeah. There would be actually, yeah.
a couple of a bug from my bug rations, which I have one left, into the vial.
Okay. How are you putting it in? You otherwise look at the vial and you can see that the liquid is otherwise settled at the bottom. The carcass of the dragonfly is still in
I'm
there.
gonna be pulling the dragonfly carcass out.
What width? It is a test tube, so finger isn't going to be possible here.
Not even my pinky.
Nope.
Little pinky finger.
Test tubes are tiny.
Okay, alright, hang on. Let's go to equipment or inventory. What have I got?
I've got a horse.
You might have a set of tweezers if you have with the kit that you got as part of being the Cataloguers Guild. So you could
Oh,
use them
yeah,
to
in
pull
that
them
case, then I'll use the tweezers to pull it out.
out. Okay. As you begin to pull it out, you note that there is a string of kind of almost like not black sinew, but kind of a bit of it that's still attached to the liquid at the bottom. Do you wish to keep on pulling?
Oh. No.
Okay, so you let it fall back in, to which the liquid begins to climb the exterior of the test tube.
Nope. Cork.
Okay.
The exterior.
Make me
Interior.
the interior. Sorry, yes.
That makes more sense.
Make me a sleight of hand check. I'll say with advantage because you are observing all this taking place.
Okay, sleight of hand. Oh dear God. 17 plus whatever my sleight of hand is, 3, so that's 20.
20, yeah.
Nice.
You quite happily put the cork back on before it reaches the top. It kind of gets to the top and then begins to kind of feel around to see if it can otherwise escape before proceeding to sink back to the bottom after about 25 minutes or so of inspecting the top.
That's still very much alive. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up safely and put it back in my pack.
Okay.
It'll be going back in the box.
Okay. Alrighty then.
And
So,
go to bed.
go to bed. Anything else from you, Vinny?
Nothing else for me. I'll need to wait until we have some free time to explore the city some more.
Okay. And
See what it's about.
Kay, unless you are back.
Might be it. Because I was
No.
going to say Kay needs to count his money, I would think.
Yeah, Kay will be counting his money tonight, and the rats will be doing their little bit of scouting around his room. In this particular instance, Sudz had to be right back, so we'll wait until we'll have to see when he returns. But for now, he is counting his money. So, the rest of you will get your long rest. You are well rested, the beds are comfortable, the morning comes around, and I can't remember, did you pay for food, yes or no, for the morning? I believe you didn't.
I don't
Crumbs.
think we did. I think that was without food.
How many sessions are we going to go back until we did that?
About 4 or 5. I think it was
Okay, I'm going to
actually
go
no,
back and
3
have a
or
look.
4. I think you just paid for
I think we
rooms.
just paid for the room.
Yeah. Okay.
'Cause
So,
it was our discretion to if we wanted to buy food or not.
yes, that's true. Yeah. Waking up in the morning, you're all awake and ready for the day. Reconvening down with food as breakfast in the morning. Who will be covering the cost of that? And depending on what you want, that will vary between a cost of 1 silver and 5 silver.
Inventory. Oof. Yikes. I'll pay for breakfast.
Okay. And what are people getting? Were they like hot meals, cool meals, snacks, drinks? What are we looking at here?
Do they have something like a flapjack?
They would. Okay.
That would be good.
Waffles?
Okay. Flapjack. They have waffles, yes.
Let's go! I want some waffles.
Okay. So that's one hot food, one cold food. Romulus?
I would like. I am going to enjoy cold food at this point in time.
Okay.
Specifically, do they have yogurt?
Yogurt will need to be chilled, so yeah, that should be fine.
Preferably a fruit yogurt.
Go ahead and roll me 2d6.
Am I looking for high or low?
Variety and
For John
flavor.
Silver.
Okay.
6 and a 4.
Okay. I'll say in this instance, you otherwise come across. Just thinking in order of ones that I would know. I'd say you come across and what they would have here actually. So based on Zaker's Crossing and the climate that it would have here. Okay, so there is a rhubarb yogurt, which you could possibly go for. Alternatively, a mango and passion fruit yogurt.
I will go for the mango and passion fruit.
Okay.
A mango in this particular place. I'm liking it. That's the second meal in a row, you know, you've had Romulus that said mango.
I wonder
'Cause you
where
had
they
to
got the fucking passion fruit from. Like, it does not fit in with this climate at all.
I was about to say it's not a hot place. So
Vinny?
they can't have any passion.
Okay, yeah, we got it. And Vinny?
I might go for pancakes as well if they're available.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that will be 2 cold, 2 hot, and I'll say Kay will be going for a cold, so that will be... so Kat, that will put you back 2.5 silver. No, 3.5 silver, sorry.
Okay, I'll give 1 gold because that's all I've got.
Okay, so you will get 6 silver, 5 copper back.
I'll just take the 6 silver.
Okay.
Don't keep the copper.
Okay. No, like otherwise nods to you and goes, "Thank you very much." Otherwise, takes that, gives the food back, or gives the food.
I'd
to
actually
you.
like to take the money back now.
Take the money back. Sorry, gives you the food, and otherwise leaves you to your plans. What are you starting with?
Guess I'll be looking for that particular fellow.
Yeah, I guess we're reporting in.
I've got a bad feeling about this now.
Which one? The agency or?
Yeah, the agency beggar.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me investigation checks, please, or perception checks of your choice, and I'll say 2 people do these checks.
I can do investigation.
What's the other one?
Perception.
I'm not very perceptive.
No, neither am I really.
I'm investigative.
Okay.
I'm not terribly perceptive, but I'm happy to roll.
Hey, 23.
23. That'll be fine.
I-
Yeah.
I guarantee you, no matter what I roll, unless it's a 20, I can't beat a 23.
Nope, that's fair. So, eventually finding the older beggar, otherwise sat in a different part of town this time. He's currently leaning against one wall and kind of sees you approach and goes, "Ah, return visits. Wonderful. You got any coins to spare?"
Yeah, I've got 6 silver.
Mighty generous of you, and lifts his hat up to you. Oh, actually, no, it'll be his mug, sorry. His mug up to you.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Damian, gesture. Go on. It's your task.
Would it be possible to report in?
He looks at you and kind of wiggles the cup. Were you putting in the coins, Cat, or?
Yeah, I put the coins
Oh,
in.
okay. In which case, putting the coins in, he takes the cup back and he stands and then wanders off.
Oh, are we following?
I would assume so. That's what we did last time.
Could somebody who can see go ahead of me?
Yes. I
Okay.
will
Same
put
charade.
GIF on my head and
Same charade as before. You head into and otherwise arrive at the door to the agency. A knock is made, and the door is opened, to which you are let into the L-shaped interior. A kind of thin layer of smoke and a smelling of tobacco fills the room as you otherwise enter. As you can otherwise see, the individual sat there again, hood down, kind of a slight mask up, as he's looking across all of you. So, you're back. And from what I hear, you've done some work. Is that true?
Would be the case, yes. I figured you'd hear about it.
Yes, rumours say she's dead, yet she's been sighted. I take it
Yes,
you've done some work there?
We can assure you that she's very much alive.
Well, her place is currently under investigation for causing disturbance, which is good enough to disrupt her business for the time being. And also caught word of one particular Goliath leaving the establishment.
Yes.
By the name of Raylo.
he stole a necklace from her.
No, that's none of my concern. Might be of yours, though. Nods to Damian. Your friend Leo has set himself in with a small group. Essa Venita, as you otherwise know. Branson Siltsong, a water genasi who's been otherwise causing a bit of issue and upcomment, but has otherwise been hanging around. Raylo Bars, a fire giant Goliath, ashy skin, bright orange mohawk. He's otherwise been contested, going into the fighting clubs and causing some ruckus here and there. More recently, the one you were in. So I believe you're acquainted on that.
Yes.
And Orlaw's Bottom Lock, a gif from further afield. You laugh at that name?
No, I don't laugh in character.
Okay.
Right, I need... hang on. Right, Brandon...
Branson, Branson, Siltsong.
Silk.
Silt.
Siltsong, okay,
Yep.
and Branson was a...
He is a cyan-coloured water genasi with flowy silver hair.
Okay, Fire Giant Goliath, a GIF, which I'm almost certainly spelling wrong.
GIFF. They are hippo people.
Ah, makes sense. And then, have I already got S's surname? I'm just going to check up the top before you give it to me again.
Yep.
I should have it in theory. No, I don't. So that's the first time I've heard the name, and it was...
Venita. Venitta.
Venita.
Yes, she is a human with
She's got...
a human with bright pink hair, a top tuft of bright pink hair, and otherwise is usually seen carrying a parasol, despite being usually indoors. They've been known to be travelling down around the dark alleys here and there, but they've also been travelling further afield. Can't say I know their base operations, though. They've got themselves into contact with another agency of some form. Ones who are willing to keep their secret quite well hidden. I heard there was a hireling as well that was with them last night.
Yes, that one didn't escape.
Did you find out who he worked for?
When I did a bit of digging, all I found out that he was hired by the by was that Raylo?
By
He
the
was hired
Goliath.
by? Yeah, he was hired by the Goliath, and the only name that came up was Raylo.
So nothing about his company.
No, I tried digging, but I got no further information.
Well, afraid there's nothing more there for it then. In terms of agendas on what you've been asking about regarding what they've been doing, they've been in town a little while. Raylo was otherwise one that they met with first, from what I understand. Branson they freed from one of the local prisons under the Watchman's care. So if you wanted to dig into that avenue, you can, I'm sure. Branson hasn't been in good warrant with the law recently. But they left town for a while, heading further south, and then came back. Apparently they got something
After
that
Leo
they
had
need to do.
arrived?
Yes, they travelled through and then went south and then came back. They've probably been in town the past few days.
And this awesome person?
Awesome.
The GIF.
What's
Oh, Orloz.
Well, there you go. See, I didn't catch most of the names right.
Orloz. O-R-L-O-Z.
Ah, a Z, not an S. Cool. And bottom block, right?
Yes, he is
Cool.
he
He's
is
a
a
GIF.
he is a GIF. Yes. He otherwise wears a coloured uniform, thin layer of greying hair, as well as a number of spirit bottles holstered at his side, and often is seen wandering around. With a white drake with him.
A white
Drake,
Drake?
Drake.
Mm.
a dragon's minion, which means he probably works for the Ice Lords in the south. Your old friend has got some strong allies with him.
Was he? Do you know if he was accompanied by two other people into the city? Besides Issa, of course.
No. Came in with just the two of them, but they had 4 horses.
Huh, interesting.
They left south on 4 horses after grabbing Branson and Raylo, and then they otherwise came back on foot.
Bear with me.
There are only a few places south of here that they could really have gone that would be within horse riding range, and to come back anyway, especially on foot, given they're only gone a few days. Braylin's the only one which really catches my attention, otherwise one of the old ruins nearby.
That makes sense.
But Braylin's the most likely one. Can't say I know though, haven't got many operatives down there. No one's otherwise been able to catch up on that.
Your information's been helpful, regardless of whether it be limited or not. That's brilliant. Thank you.
If you're looking for them, they'll be near the 7th or 8th window, most likely, although trying to find them will be difficult given the size of the Zakers.
Yes, I can imagine.
Best thing I can mention is that Raylo otherwise visits the taverns, but given he's otherwise met you, it might be that they are now wise to your attention. They might start trying to avoid you and changing up their strategies. But I can't say. If I have any more information, I can send it your way, though.
That would be much appreciated. Thank you.
And from what I understand, you haven't done anything yet, Vinny?
Well, it's a complicated task you've given me.
I understand.
Pretty
Just
tight security.
making sure. I thought I'd give you something worthy of your crew.
Well, I did get an opportunity to poke around the auction house. Not a lot of useful information there, though.
No. We scoured that place, but as far as we're aware, there's nothing of interest there outside of potentially the auction owner being bought off by old little Brooks.
That would pass. When I asked for information about the item, the person I asked seemed to think it would still be on record, but then they went and checked and it was all gone.
Sounds about right. Urian's an uptight bastard. Doesn't like anything getting through without his say-so. And if something's been put up for auction because of a favour or something else, and then one of the other lords otherwise doesn't like that, he'll take some money in exchange for removing it off the market. And if it happens to go missing in the process, well, so be it.
Well, regardless, as ever, the difficult thing is going to be getting close to the target without being caught, so...
I'll leave that in your ballpark.
There's always a few options to try out.
Regardless, I hear you've been busy buying up stock, making quite a ruckus and impression so far.
Oh, the apples.
Partly. Buying up stock anyway. The ruckus is more caused by your sheer presence here, shall we say. Regardless.
Damian glances at Cat and Romulus.
Yeah.
Regardless, I've got other people I'm supposed to be meeting today and things I need to do, so...
Thank you for your information. I'm hoping that you are most satisfied with the job that we have done. And
Of course.
I suppose you'll be back soon for Vinny's.
Yes, hopefully we'll have good news very soon.
I do hope so. No rush, obviously.
Many thanks.
The door
Damian
is
gets up to go.
opened.
I'm gonna stay behind.
Okay. Any of the rest of the party staying with?
No, I'll assume this is intended to be private, so I will wait outside until Cat comes out.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Okay. I'll say, seeing as almost explicitly said so, you'll otherwise be waiting outside until Cat returns. And answer your question, no Sudz. Nothing. The amount of money didn't change. You should have still gotten the amount that you received.
Okay, just make sure.
Yep. Okay. And so, Cat, you're the only one in there. Would you like privacy from the rest of the party, or would you just like everyone to mute up?
No, just mute up, it's fine.
Okay. Okay. So, everyone mute up. Cat, you are otherwise sat in there on your own. The individual otherwise looks at you. What would one like you be looking into here, Cat?
As previously mentioned, I wasn't gonna take it until at least one member of the party had finished, and I knew that you would uphold your half. I'm still looking for information in regards to black slimes and potentially Zygenia here.
I see. And you looking to pay for this information? Because I believe you were after a contact, if I remember correctly.
That was correct, yes.
And you were looking for a job to otherwise do that?
Yes, as long as it doesn't cause harming people. I can't hurt people. I just can't bring myself to do that.
It's a bit hard to do around here.
Yeah. I mean, intelligence gathering, stuff like that, I'm pretty damn good at. But, I mean, I'll do the best that I can.
From what I've heard,
got
you're
most
in
of the
with the
party.
Pioneers Guild.
That is correct, yes.
You could pay your way
No.
instead of needing a job.
Was?
And you received a job from the Pioneers Guild.
Did we?
Yeah, you got the map for the Jade Mine.
Oh! Oh, of course, yeah, that was... Yeah, I know, I've got a side thing to do with the catalogue. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I got confused. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a job for the Pioneers Guild. I think we're attending that today, hopefully.
You could always pay your way in. Be easier. Otherwise, I
How
can
much
try
is
and
that?
find a task. For information on the contact, I need to get in contact with them first. Should be meeting with them today.
Okay.
If they want to meet you based on curiosity alone, then it'll otherwise be free and I can arrange a meeting. If they don't want to meet, but I ask them for permission if they're willing to pay their way in, then that will be a possibility. Otherwise, good luck finding them on your own.
Okay. Well, if you can find a job, I'd like that. But if not, then I will pay. This information's quite important. And in regard to slime, could potentially save lives, so... I'll pay what I need to if I have to.
We'll see. I'll see what he says in regards to that. And as with regards to anything else that you might need information regarding black slimes, I believe I directed you to the Cataloguers Guild would know more than we would. We don't keep any bestiaries.
Okay. They don't have anything either. Okay, no worries then. I will try and find some information myself.
Very well.
Thank you. Nonetheless.
Otherwise nods.
Okay. I will head out.
Okay. Door is opened and you are let back out to the rest of the party. Where do you go from here? Or what do you do?
Okay.
Where are we
So
going?
we need to click the spell
Okay.
and then head down to the mines.
Ah,
I think it's a plan. Unless anyone has anything else they want to collect before we go down. There's potential fighting. So, I don't know if...
Yeah, I don't know if there's any other gear that could be useful going down into a mine. Normally, before a big job, you want to stock up on stuff that would be useful, but I don't really know what would help.
I mean, I think we've got health potions already stocked up because we've got some of them given. I've got some mana potions. I was going to say, Lloyd's also got mana potion, but Lloyd has gone.
He's gone elsewhere. Yep.
Yeah, so, well, wherever Lloyd has gone, he's got a mana potion that'll help him.
yeah, because I gave you all of mine, didn't I? Yep.
But otherwise, yeah, if there's equipment you need or to restock on daggers, looks okay, carrots,
No,
So
don't
Romulus-
use carrots as weapons.
more herbs.
Yes, use herbs as weapons.
I don't know, he might try and cook them, and he might try and eat them without cooking them.
Heathens.
Points to Romulus and then Kay.
I eat everything without cooking it.
I would like some weaponized spices, please and thank you.
I mean, depending on how you used them, you probably could weaponize them. I mean, frightened eyes, I'm sure.
Pocket cinnamon.
Cinnamon!
Pocket chilies. Oh, that's going to be something. That's basically just pepper
Yeah,
spray.
get that in people's eyes, yeah.
All right. Okay, Chris. I would like to get a pouch, and I would like to fill it with ground glass, chili powder, lemon juice. Somehow, I don't know how we'll make that one work, but we'll make it work. Salt, and I don't know, maybe some iron filings just to really add things in a little bit.
Sheesh.
I don't care what you are, you're not going to enjoy having that thrown in your face.
Sand!
It's
Sand.
true.
Gotta add
Yes, little-
sand.
A little bit of sand as well.
We'll call it our counter stone dragon policy.
Okay. So is
It'll
this
be-
something you genuinely want to spend time making, or is this something that you're just...
Look, kind of
Memeing
both.
about.
Like, it started out as a joke, but now that I think about it, like, you throw that in someone's face, they're
That's-
not going to get back up.
So
This
That's
is
a potion
the
of
D&D
blindness
version of
right
mace,
there.
right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just throw it in somebody's face.
Pouch of enfeeblement.
So
Do we need anything, or are we just going to go get the spell?
We can get the spell and see if there's anything on the way? Question mark?
Okay.
That seems sensible.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that's
So
fair.
I'll say survival check for you, Cat, if you're heading to the Catalogs Guild. And anybody else who wishes to assist can either provide advantage or do their own. If Romulus, you're checking for stuff on the way for your bag, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
It's war crime dust.
I'm getting.
Oh, nat 20.
Okay.
Let's go.
So you know
I'd
your way
like
to
a
the
big
Catalogs Guild.
fish.
Would that be a perception for my war crime dust?
It'll be an investigation. As
I'd like
for
to find a
the
big fish.
big fish, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Damien's
I've-
just
I've got
looking
a fish.
around.
If you want it.
I need a big fish for a specific reason.
Oh.
14.
Okay.
Oh, actually, Damien will be looking for a guard.
Investigation. 17.
Okay. And Romulus, you were after, it was a bag, chilies, salt,
Iron filings.
Specifically,
iron
chili
filings,
dust or powder.
chili dust, chili powder. Yep, for that sort of thing. Okay. So,
And I can grind the glass myself. Don't worry.
okay. So you need some glass for that as well. Okay. So, in this instance,
If I can find ground glass just there, I'll go for it. I just suspect that there won't be many places just handing that out.
No, there wouldn't be. So I'm going to quickly get you a quick estimate based on stuff that you're going to need for this. So,
Romulus, while you're shopping, can you have a look for a jar for me?
A jar?
A jar.
Why would I be looking for an open door?
take a point of psychic damage.
That just flies straight over Cat's head.
Oh,
like,
come
what?
on.
No,
that
no,
one-
Oh,
no,
that's
you don't
right.
have to.
I have to eat. I have to bite Damian. Damian, come here.
Damien
require
willingly
my-
walks towards Kay. Yes?
I require my immunity to psychic damage. Give it to me.
Damien offers out arm.
No, I can't bite you.
So you're
Not
looking.
yet.
Okay.
Not yet, at least.
So, Romulus, in terms of a jar, that will run you. Are we looking for a jar or a flask here? A jar, right?
It's a
I
jar.
think
Yeah.
I'm also good with similar to the scent bags I had. You know how you can get very carefully wrapped pouches where they're quite porous.
I'm
but,
talking about like Cat's jar here, not the thing. for
Oh,
you, so-
okay.
so, yeah.
Sorry, I was confused.
So was it clay or glass? Sorry,
Glass.
glass. In which case that will put you back to gold. As
Oh, we
for
burst, yeah.
Romulus, you were after. So Romulus is coming out of your inventory because Cat's going elsewhere
Oh,
while you're
right,
looking for
with-
this stuff, or
Okay.
or you paying Cat.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'll give him 5 gold before I head off.
Okay, so take the 5
Wait, I thought we
and
were going together.
no, Romulus was going shopping and Kay was going shopping and then Cat was going off to the cataloggers.
Oh, okay. Where am I going?
They're probably following me.
I'm
Well-
looking for a guard. That's all I'm doing on my way.
What for? Just to ask for directions? or
To
something?
ask about the abbot, as I asked about last night.
Oh, okay.
Order.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. And Romulus, you were looking for one of the small pouches plus some cinnamon, was it? Or no, chilies,
Chili powder,
chili powder,
ground glass, or glass
or
with-
glass
I
that you
can
can grind
myself.
down. Yep.
Salt. This is very important. Salt, coarse, sharp salt if possible. I know that. Just salt. It doesn't matter.
Just salt.
Um,
Okay.
Iron filings as well,
Mhm.
and a bit of sand.
Okay. I will say, given that it's a mishmash stuff, I'm going to say this is going to be roughly the cost of a components pouch, which is 25 gold.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Given
Fair
this is a mishmash of ground, and this will come with like pre-ground glass, the ground chili, the ground everything.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And I'm going to be calling this my war crime dust.
Okay.
Just out of interest, would this function as a components pouch?
For the purposes of only if the components pouch requires iron filings, which is a lot of fire spells, chilies, which again will probably be a lot of fire spells, and ground glass, which I believe would only be ceremony. So it's a very specific components pouch, but yes, to a certain extent.
Okay.
Given you'd be going for
Yeah,
larger
so-
quantities of each for the purpose of the pouch.
My main thing is either this is enough that I'd be able to pick this up and blow this into someone's face, because, as I'm sure you're aware, ground glass, doesn't instantly shred your fingers to bits, but if it gets in your eyes, that's when it's a problem.
Yeah.
Or in your mouth, stomach lining, that shit'll go. Or if something's big enough, I'll just throw the whole fucking thing in its face and it explodes, and you get the idea.
I mean, the pouch is... Are you designing the pouch to explode?
I believe you can do that with like some interesting seam work and
So are you
finer
getting a
crafting.
custom pouch for the purpose of this?
For the moment, I'm going to say no. It's probably going to be more like
Okay.
I'll just pour. If we're going up against something that big, I'm going to be trying to get on its face and
It'll be
pouring
more a
this into
pocket
its eye.
sand moment as opposed to I have a specially crafted pouch of stuff which I'll throw at you and explode. Got it.
Yeah, for the moment, I may upgrade the pouch later, but for the moment, this should be good enough.
Trial it and see how it goes. Cool.
Yeah. How many uses of pull it out and blow in their face do you think I'll get, or throw in their face?
I'll say I'll say 6 charges, but the charges work depending on the number of squares a creature takes up.
Okay.
So if you use on a large creature, it will take 4 charges, medium creature will take 1, small and tiny creatures will take less than 1, so you can get multiple charges out of each charge.
Okay.
Yeah, that should scale nicely for the purposes of quick math, and so I don't have to do too much thinking. Alright, Damian, you were going to be asking a guard on the way.
Yeah.
So, wandering through the areas around here, otherwise following Kat as she otherwise makes her way to the Cataloguers Guild. You otherwise see what looks to be a few watchmen in their kind of regalia, which you're used to seeing by now, wandering through here, as you otherwise approach them along the dark alleys.
Cool.
Okay, they're approaching you.
Oh, that's nice. Hi.
Hi.
Morning.
Morning.
Um.
You okay? Looks at, I would assume that would be Vinny, you, and Kat. So.
Yeah, we're fine. I just wondered if you know the location of where the abbots may be found in this city.
The abbots don't have a major settlement here. You'll find them in the Ivy Hills below. They have a small setup at the back. I say the back. It's a little ways out of the Ivy Hills itself. It's further to the south, on the lower side. If you go through some of the farmlands and head to the southern cliff line, you'll find the abbots embedded into the wall there.
Within the southern cliff line. Outside
Underneath Sacred's Crossing.
Ivy Hills. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Many thank you. That's very helpful.
Some of them do often come up here to Acres, but it'll otherwise that'll be a hit or miss if you see them or not. I
can imagine.
I know they do regular tours to see some of the nobles, on matters of medical importance, as well as magical importance as well.
Okay. That's quite helpful. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, and you too.
Safe watching.
You as well. Kind of wanders off.
Vinny, I think we may have got your way into that mansion.
I noted that as well.
I like him thinking the same thing.
It wasn't for Vinny, but that is actually a really good point. We might have
Vinny,
to pay
how do
these
you look
people
like-
a visit.
Vinny, how do you look in a monk's habit? Oh,
Probably amazing.
He's getting his food.
Oh, right.
Just-
It's
Yeah.
just. Oh, wait.
Oh, so
Yeah,
Kay
it's
can be
gone.
a
Oh,
plague
he
knight.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Just gonna. But
Kay
yeah,
can be a plague knight.
yeah, you can. Yeah. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're already
sure.
seen
This
going
is.
up there, so.
This is. Oh, that's true.
That is true. But it might not be the same guards at all times.
Oh, true. You got to switch
Just
at
gotta
some
hope
point.
that the people on the floaty things go in shifts, and they just haven't reported you. Okay.
Okay. So,
We'll
making your
inform Vinny of our discovery.
Yep. Making your way back to the Cataloguers Guild, you otherwise arrive at the tower once again. You knock on the door. The slit opens, the eye looks through, and the door is opened, to which the individual, kind of the halfling individual, looks out and goes, "Hey, come on in. Just you. The others stay outside, please."
Yeah, that's
I'm
that's
back.
fine.
Welcome back.
I,
You
will-
are...
I will leave Damian
Yeah,
to talk
we're
to Vinny.
outside, I assume we're-
Yeah. I'll
Yep.
talk to Vinny.
Yeah, so Vinny, quick rundown of what they discovered, which could be useful as a way in. The abbots regularly visit the nobles in the Skywalk on purposes for medical and arcane manners, to look into these matters. Sorry.
Very interesting.
So they both thought, oh, it's a way in, and you had gone to get food just as they mentioned it. Which is a shame, but oh well.
That's the second group then that might have access to that area.
So, otherwise heading into the Cataloguers Guild, Cat, as you otherwise step in, the visage of the halfling shifts back to the Morben as he otherwise kind of shivers. Ah, so I've got you that scroll you were after.
Hey, cool.
Do you need?
Ah.
You'll need some time to put it into your book, I imagine.
I will, yes.
Did you want to do that here? I can always inform your friends you're going to be a bit.
How long will it take? Out of character, how long will it take?
Out of character. This is a... I need to go to the right document to get the spell. Custom. No, it's not in custom magic, is it? Where have I put it? There it is. Custom spells mixed. Pocket bag is a second level spell.
Okay.
So that will take you as a wizard 4 hours. I think is it 2 hours per level?
I can't remember.
I think so, yeah.
Uh,
Halved for various schools, but
yeah, it's only halved when copying from rune books for
yeah.
the cat, but it isn't doubled but from spell scrolls. So yeah, it will cost you. It will take you 4 hours and 100 GP to transcribe it into your book.
Okay.
But then it will be on tap whenever you need it.
We need this to go into the mines.
Yeah,
Romulus
this will be
is shopping.
getting stuff out for us. So I can cover the costs of the paper quite happily along with the scroll. It'll be about 200 gold. So whatever you earn from the from it, just pay it back in loan, and then anything you make off of, or we can just take it straight out of your account based on whatever you bring back.
Yeah, let's take this as like a almost pseudo prepayment. So take out of what I bring back.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'll take you take it however long. Let me know, and I'll let your friends know, and you can stay in here and start working on it.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I know Romulus takes forever shopping.
Yep. Okay. So I'll say, given that this was your second stop, I will say that this will probably put you to about 1 PM when you would be starting your adventure. Given you won't, actually no, you would have gone to bed early because of the fight, so probably up at about 6-7 o'clock. went to the agency, then gone here, then it's going to take another 4 hours. So I'd say that it's been
Midday-ish?
about midday-ish, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And copy the following spell into your character sheet accordingly, Cat. You now own the pocket bag spell.
Nice.
God, I've got it. Edit character sheet mid-campaign.
Oh yeah,
Mid-session.
Mid-session.
Let's go.
For now, you
Watch
can
me
just
make a
do
mess
the.
of
For
this.
now, you can just do the Shift F2 trick if you want to just copy and paste it over the name of the spell itself, so that you've got it there available.
Okay, no, it's cool.
Yeah.
Leave me to doodle with this.
Cool. Okay, so you otherwise
Is
sort.
it a ritual?
No. The pocket bag is specifically a non-ritual spell.
Okay. So for
It's basically
would-
Lehman's tiny.
Uh,
It's Lehman's chest, but it's slightly different.
okay,
Lehman's chest
Can-
is ritual.
can I have? Because I knew that I was getting this spell today.
Mm-hmm.
So can I have unselected one of my spells and just instantly have that as a spell that I've got active for today?
I'll allow that. I'm going
So-
to quickly double check if Lehman's secret chest is ritual, because if it is, then no. Lehman's secret chest isn't ritual, so no, this spell isn't ritual. Because it's basically just a
Right.
smaller version of that to a certain extent. So, yeah, in this instance, it's not ritual. So yeah, you would be able to prepare this spell as you are adding it to your spellbook.
Cool. That's done then.
Cool. You prepare that. Romulus has otherwise acquired his stuff, and you all meet back up again outside the Cataloguers Guild, unless there's anything that Vinny and Damian would like to do while 4 hours is passing.
But we didn't agree to head off and come back later, so we probably should
Who?
stick around.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that we can't have a conversation.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's true.
That's that. No,
Vinny's
that's
just
not what I
casually
was
being
suggesting.
antisocial.
Am I back with everyone else now?
In your shopping, and the party's going to be there for 4 hours, so at some point, yeah, probably within an hour or so.
Whipping up a batch of war crime dust. Gonna throw it in the face of the enemies of Romulus dust. Da-dee-da-dee-da-dee,
And
Like,
Kay,
I
yes,
can
you did
honestly
find your big
imagine
fish.
him singing.
I was just curious. I'd be there sooner than him since I'm just getting a fish, right?
Yes. I say you find a tuna. Actually, no, you arrive the same time as him because you're trying to carry something the size of you.
We probably should have picked up. We probably should have. I should have probably gone to get the fish, and you probably should have gone to get the dust. It would be much quicker for both.
Almost with this tiny bag of dust and stuff, and then there's just Kay wandering in, just like swaying from side to side, carrying this tuna fish. I'll say it, set your back like a silver.
Sweet.
What are you doing with the tuna fish, by the way?
Oh, you'll find out in time, I guess.
I know, but you're counting as encumbered while you're carrying it around, so whatever purpose you have for it, you might want to use it before you go to the Jade Mines.
Good point.
Unless you wanted to get something smaller that you could carry, but it would be in your backpack.
Oh,
Hmm.
Damien's just realised something.
You know
Go
what?
on.
I'm gonna keep it with me and just give it to Romulus in important times.
We
Oh,
have no,
my fish.
we have no room for the night, and we just wandered off.
You have no room for the night? Oh, you have no
No.
room for the Firefly stacks. Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah,
don't
we-
know if
we
we're
got-
going to be back tonight or not. If we're also planning on going to
Okay.
visit the people down there, and I
That's
imagine Romulus is going to
true.
want to do a bit cheeky cooking, and I want to cook my fish that I've got. So I imagined we were going to stay down there for the night.
Okay, that's fine then. I assume
So
that
what-
means that we've taken everything that isn't on Starlight.
Yeah, you'd have everything on your person again, yeah.
Yeah,
You've
okay,
left your
that's
room
fine.
and vacated it for the afternoon.
That's what I was kind of more thinking about. That we haven't like left stuff behind, because that'd be awkward.
No. Okay.
To try and go to the Firefly stacks and say, "Hi, We have some lost property. Do you have a lost property box?
Okay, so
I'd like to
with
take your lost property.
so if there's nothing anybody will be doing during these 4 hours, I'll say that Cat copies down the spell, and the rest of you otherwise.
Well, as I'm trying to think, is there anything I can do with the apples? So
You left
I am
the
just
apples in the
going-
room, didn't you? Or are you carrying them with you? Because you would also be encumbered right now if you're carrying
He
the
must
apples
be
with
being.
you.
He must be carrying them. He's got no option.
Okay.
I get
have
that
so
you're.
much more carrying capacity than you assume.
I know, but the thing is, it's more size. If I
Right, fine.
if I gave you a piece of polystyrene that was 4 times your size, you would still struggle to carry it around with you, compared to if you were carrying, let's say, a barrel of something.
Okay.
Both would be equally awkward for their own reasons.
Does anyone know
Alright.
any wind spells just to mess with him?
Okay, fine. They are in there. I still need to think what to do with them. So, someone, any ideas? Anyone?
I mean, you sliced all the
I've got
apples
a-
up, didn't you?
I believe I did. Yes. And
Yes,
coated them
and
with
then
lemon juice.
so
will go down.
they'll keep another day, so because they've been sliced,
I
because
do
they're
need
not
to
being
get back and-
refrigerated right
yeah.
now.
I do need to go back and get those and I don't know, hand them out to children or
Are
something.
are you carrying them with you or not? Because right now your rooms are being vacated and emptied because you aren't paying for
yeah.
another
Let's
room.
say I am
Yeah.
carrying them with
Okay.
me, and yeah, I had a very awkward time getting here.
Okay.
Where is the nearest school, orphanage, or other place with people that would like sweet treats?
Roll me a perception check.
God, there's such a
This doesn't seem shady at all. Point me to the nearest school. I have gifts for
17.
kids.
17. Well, okay. 17. I will say, with the assistance of the watchman, you are pointed in the direction of one of the local educational buildings, whatever that may be. Whether it be a library, whether it be open school, whether it be anything else. Scholarships, you don't know. Either way, or I don't know, correction.
Okay, and then we'll be quick about this. I open the door or knock on the door or do something to get into contact with one of the people running the place.
Do you
Hello.
have any spare kids?
Hello. Do you have a large number of people in this establishment, or a large number of people coming through this establishment today?
Yes.
I hand over the crate. Give them these. They are apples. They have been treated with cinnamon and sugar. They are delicious. I will eat one in front of you to show that they are not poisoned. Please pick one at random.
They point at the 15th one in one of the crates.
I pick the 15th one.
Wow.
The one I knew that they would pick that is not poisoned. I pick up the 15th one. I eat it. They are delicious. Enjoy. Romulus Rust did this.
Performing a force with with apples, poisoned apple slices. So
We flash back to the 2 weeks we spent like hypnotizing the guy. To, like think of the number 15. Like bumping him into him on the street, like hello.
Throwing
15.
up the number 15 in the air.
and Romulus just keels over because he picked the wrong one.
Turns out he failed to count.
But yes, I do so. They will last for the day. Make sure that they are eaten by the end of the day. Again, Romulus Rust did this.
The individual nods, takes the 2 crates of apples and puts them on the floor. And yeah, as you leave, you hear a subtle thank you of wild bewilderment and a little bit of confusion. But some cooks happily come and accept the apple slices, take them away, and today's lunch has been sorted and changed. So,
I just like do a thumbs up behind me and just leave.
Yep. As a small retcon, just as Kay wanted to, it's now a small fish, not a big fish. It's just a good one, because it's a silver.
It's just a damn good fish.
It's just
It's
a
a small,
good
it's a small
fish.
tuna, not a big tuna.
It's a small tuna fish.
A large tuna.
It's a big fish compacted all into a tiny fish.
Ah, somebody understands it. Somebody got my reference.
I didn't. Doesn't surprise
Yeah,
me. It
well.
was the 2 oldest people. So,
I just said large tuna. I didn't get any reference.
I'm
I
disappointed
heard
in
the
you
word
all.
large tuna.
yeah, you probably should be. Alright, so. So, with that, I will say, is there anything in particular Oh no, you've already covered that. There's nothing really you'll be doing. So, Cat, you have successfully copied the spell into your spellbook. Where are you headed?
Scott, that's all done. Oh, leaning over the table was quite low. Right.
That took a
Uh,
while.
Was that a cat thing or was that a Jamie thing?
No, that was definitely a cat thing, though. It feels very real. Okay, but no,
Yeah.
sorry, I had to put the spell into my book because we needed it for when we got down there. I didn't expect it to take so long, in all fairness, but it did. Has everyone got everything they need? Romulus, did you manage to get that jar? I see you've lost your apples.
I gave them to children.
Does anybody have a spell that could heal a numbed bottom? As I slowly, desperately try to stand up from the step.
Yeah.
Romulus pulls back his hand, open hand, in a slap.
Oh my!
You have
Oh
one,
my.
Damian. You have one chance. Too late.
Maybe I don't. I was about to say, maybe I don't want to take the chance. Maybe I'll enjoy it.
You proceed to be rocketed 50 feet in the air.
Ah.
No, I'm of course kidding.
There's just a cloud trail left behind him as he flies off, and just a small ding as he disappears.
Ah, Team Damian, blast off again!
Okay. Okay then. So, you are heading down to the Ivy Hills now, or are you?
I think we're going to the
I'm
Ivy Hills.
ready. Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
all ready for the Ivy Hills. Has everyone got everything?
Yeah.
Because it costs to come up and down.
I think I've got everything.
Well,
yes.
you've got your spell and you have the map
Mhm.
for.
To clarify, you
Mhm.
can cast the spell.
Oh, yes. In terms of
I
the
can-
map, by the way, for what you know,
That'd be helpful.
there is a building on the exterior. From what you understand, I'll actually get one of the maps for this, just so you know roughly what you'll be looking at. Pull it over. I'll put
Very good.
this here. So, this map, as it otherwise stands, is the exterior to the mine. This is a building here that is in place, not the whole thing, just the rest of this is the forest. It's hard to tell, or the bayou, as I should say. And there is a building here for the purposes of what this block is here. And then the interior of the mine otherwise goes in a spiral fashion like so. Then that goes down, followed by a further bit that goes down and inwards into the cave network which sprawls along the interior. That's otherwise... There we go. So that's what the map roughly shows. It shows there is an entrance and there are a series of chambers, and that it spirals round following the main rail line, which you can see from the entrance here. But outside of that, they don't know too many details about the interior. Outside of there being spiders.
As a geologist, I'm mildly terrified for the structural stability of this mine.
Magic.
Fantasy.
Magic.
Creates a rainbow of the hands. Magic.
Magic. Magic.
Okay, so
Right.
I assume basically all that I do is I just jump into the lift shaft and plummet to my death, right?
And that's why I've left Featherfall on. Because one of the members of the party are probably going to do this.
Are you jumping?
No, because there's going to be a queue of people that I've got to join. Otherwise, I'm just bundling a whole queue of people over the edge.
Wow.
That's true.
Not only have you just jumped the
Damian
queue,
does
but you've
his
jumped
shove
the jump.
action.
God.
Mildly responsible for mass murder. It's
Don't worry about it, it's fine.
sorry about it.
Okay. So, shall we head to the lift then?
Yeah.
You up?
Currently, I haven't gone down it.
Okay. We're being British and we're going to queue.
Okay.
We see a queue and joined it.
Okay, being British for a significant amount of time.
I
The-
can't do that. I have to cut in line.
You can just stealth in line. You could stealth to the front and just like be waiting for us for a couple of hours as we try to make our way through this.
Honestly, I can stealth and constantly go up and down.
Oh,
No.
please do that.
As you otherwise, okay, so as a group, as you otherwise enter into the cage itself, you all pay up. The toll is 1 silver per person.
Cool.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
pay that up. And Kay, you have to pay as well.
Oh,
Yes, I am.
okay.
Okay. As you otherwise enter in, you are entered in, given that you have Romulus with you and a heavily armored Damian, they only let you lot in and one or two others who are currently sat in the large hang cage with you. There are benches on either side, and you can see that it is made of this kind of thick, reinforced, kind of steel gridded bar that even Kay, you'd struggle to try and squeeze through this if you wanted to. You can see that there are what looks to be two large, heavy chains that hang from this cage itself, going upwards into a mechanism that is covered with these kind of beautifully carved, what looks to be just arcane glyphs across this mechanical device as it begins to move into motion and begin to slowly lower you down into the gorge. Over the next 15 minutes, as you are lowered into the gorge at a steady pace, you otherwise travel down, feeling kind of the occasional kind of jolt as it's moving down, straight downwards. It is unnerving. The wind is battering the cage, but the cage does not sway too much. As the two individuals who are sat in there are kind of looking at your party, and they just seem to be what looks to be simple workers who are currently either going to work for a late shift or something else, and as they're otherwise going down in the same cage as you, you eventually reach the bottom, where you begin to see the opening of what looks to be the Ivy Hills below.
I have one question before you give a description.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a herald on the lift as it goes up and down playing lift music?
No.
Oh, that's just disappointing. I mean,
Your,
come on.
your party
It's
does not
actually
contain...
It's
anybody-
actually just a bard that's chained to the top.
Ah,
I mean, Vinny, if you
Chain
want to play...
bard.
Vinny, if you want to
You're
play while
requesting
you're
Vinny
there...
to play his lute.
Yeah, I can play you some Muzak on the on the pipes if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
ah,
Okay.
I've got a flute.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Do
I
you
would
have
like
a flute?
performance
I do,
Do
checks.
I
actually.
have a flute?
I would
Alright.
like performance checks from both of you, please. And I believe, Kat, you don't... Do you have proficiency with the flute?
No.
Okay, so just make me... I would like you to make me a charisma check then, without proficiency. And this would be a
Okay.
check using charisma for you
Oh,
there,
come on.
Vinny.
Come on.
Right.
14 plus 2, so 16. Just
16?
the flat charisma.
Okay.
Oh, awful roll. That's including my proficiency, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so that's a 10 then.
10. Okay. Not bad from either of you. In both cases, Kat, your DC was slightly higher as you aren't necessarily proficient, and a flute tends to be more of a gentle instrument given the winds in this area. It's harder to hear yours, but if there are any foul notes, they aren't picked up, and it creates a generally nice melody for the cage as it otherwise goes down. And eventually you begin to see the area below, which is the Ivy Hills. You see a sprawling network of what looks to be wooden walkways that otherwise string out and span out like a spider's web, stringing outwards from these central points with huts, otherwise kept on stilts, going no higher than 2 stories in majority of the places around here. But you see the large support beam that otherwise goes all the way up, holding the bridge aloft and otherwise connecting with the bottom of the gorge here. And you can see around the base of it a large number of buildings have been built up the side of it, almost like a crawling ivy, giving it its name, with walkways spiraling upwards, kind of switchback pathways and various ladders in place for a number of these huts, similarly made of wood. You can see that the land around this area has been mostly stripped back of trees and seems to be that of a wetland swamp-like area. But the trees down here look dense, and you note the air becomes particularly more humid and a lot heavier down here as you enter into the gorge. It also becomes reasonably warmer than you were expecting, as it begins to move almost into a tropical climate down here. As you begin to reach the base, the cage kind of slows and eventually gently rests on top. You can hear the not hustle and bustle of people moving around, but there are people living down here and moving about the area. You can hear almost the ready buzz of insects in the air, as well as the general scent of a swamp or salty-like area here. You also note, as you were descending, the large number of rivers that span through this area, otherwise travelling under Zakers itself as you arrive at the base. Landing on the wood here, you each step out and the individual otherwise welcomes the next lot in, taking payments and otherwise gesturing to get onto the cage. And as you arrive into this lower area, you see that it very much resembles more similarly to the dark alleys here. There don't seem to be any real guards, but there are a large number of people open carrying as they are just wandering around this not destitute area of town, but not necessarily the most upkept, shall we say.
My first comment is if the foliage here is dense, it needs educating. I'm disappointed in the abbots.
The foliage is not dense, it's been cut back.
Ah, well maintained.
It's denser further out, and the scenes of the distances very much resembles that of a bayou or jungle further ahead, out into the gorge itself, further and beyond. You can tell from kind of the muddier material that would be below the walkways and what is occasionally trailed onto the walkways from ramps that lead into the actual mud itself, that this area used to or is still currently a swampy area. Before we
Right,
proceed,
well-
did you want to take a quick break there, given we have just gone past the halfway mark?
I'll be alright with that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Make a cup of tea?
Okay.
Or 5?
Or 5.
Alright, let's see if Damian can see me steal stuff from him.
Wait,
Come on,
what?
Damian.
Why are you stealing from
Good luck,
Damian? What's
Damian.
Damian's done for that?
Not everything.
Damian's
Damian.
done a lot.
Yeah, it's
have?
Damian. In fact, I will steal from Damian straight from his face. I'll just go steal his helmet. Put it on. It's too heavy, I can't handle it. Take it off. Put it back on his head. Done.
I just created lift music for you guys. Well, I made sure it happened.
What? Ah,
And you're gonna punish me by stealing from me? What's wrong?
I returned it. Right, I'm gonna go make tea.
Right.
I won't be returning it.
Yes, I will be right back.
Yeah.
You stole
Okay.
it. What?
Right. I'm also going to quickly be right back, and then we shall continue when we have all returned. Be back in a moment.
I mean, at least the rest of the party get a couple of days to practice their lift music before we head back up.
Look, you. Don't make me do it. I'll do it.
I don't understand what I've done wrong.
I'll steal something valuable. I don't know what,
Why?
but I'll steal it.
Oh, actually, is there anything valuable on me?
Money.
And besides, well, compared to what you stole off the champion or whomever, that's not. I have less money, so. What do I have in my backpack? Because I only got my backpack on me, really. I guess. I'm sure. I don't know.
Hmm. But hey, money's still money, and I can use it in my auction.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, you're gonna buy stuff, aren't you? Or try to.
A thing. I'm gonna try to.
Yeah. Forgot about that. So you didn't appreciate the lift music? Is that what you're saying?
I just want to steal money from you.
Wow. How did you get the impression I was rich?
I never said you were rich.
You just want to steal money from me for the sake of it.
I need money. I can't think of another way to get money.
I mean, I gave you a load of money when I got it from my Lord Commander. I mean, what more can I do for you?
Give me more.
Wow. Damian is the Bank of K.
Yes.
Yeah, have another block of cheese. Woohoo!
Cheese ain't gonna cut it this time, buddy.
Oh no, that's not good. I don't know if I got that amount of money.
Honestly, I don't even know how much I'm gonna try and go for before I try and go to the auction.
So you
I already
basically
have the minimum.
you're just trying to get basically as much money, scrounge as much money together as you can by any nefarious means, e.g., stealing from me and me alone. And
Not just you alone.
oh, okay.
I stole from the other guy.
Yeah, but they were an NPC.
And?
I'm not.
Are you sure?
You have a point. Given that you just sort of are attached to me at basically all times, I may as well be your puppet.
No, Kay has moved. Kay is on Romulus now.
Riding
Romulus
them
is
horns.
big. You're small. You don't give enough vision range.
Oh, brilliant.
I make of my return.
Hello.
Alright, stealing from that Jamie too now?
No,
Why not?
because I forbid it.
You don't even know
Forbid.
what I want to steal.
Forbidden.
I just want to steal a piece of paper.
Good luck.
What, I can't steal your paper?
I got any.
What you do with all your paper?
How do you think I make my runes?
Thought you'd at least keep some.
No! I've got to make sure I've got at least 2 healing runes, because if you all die, it costs me a lot to make these
yeah.
runes.
Back.
I've discovered that I am the Bank of K.
You are the Bank of K.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, this is my discovery.
Kay needs items.
Seems to be
Yeah,
something of a trend of people in these campaigns starting banks.
Yeah.
Except I started mine earlier.
No, scratch that. I do have paper. Huh. Didn't think I did.
Ha!
Pretty sure I do still.
You have paper?
I've got 25 paper. I thought I'd
Nice.
used it. That is a hill rune. It costs 50 gold to make one of them things.
And how much do they heal? Is it just
My half
the
of my
damage of the
spell's
spell.
damage. Yeah.
okay? Is there any limit on what spells you can use them on?
Up to second, and then I've got yeah, up to second, and then I need to make the better quality rune to use third to fifth. They kind of like rank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, they do have an expense. Where all my gold goes to making rooms.
Modifying it's basically sorcery points or sorcery points with extra steps for now. Until sorcery points is a thing, in which case it then takes over.
Yep.
Which will be in a PDF on my Patreon at some point.
Hooray for multicasting, classing. It's a weird way of doing it. Whoop. Right. Okay, I have tea, I have cheese, my cats have been fed. I am good. And I've got a bag of Twiglets.
Wow. What did bag of triglets ever do to you?
They filled my tummy and made Jamie very happy.
And that was a punishment?
Yes.
Okay.
Do not make Jamie happy, and as punishment, I will devour you.
Wow. Oh god. Well, I guess I'm never coming down to Cornwall then.
Oh, you're coming down to Cornwall. No, you do not know it.
I'm gonna get devoured? That seems concerning.
Just don't make me happy then.
What?
Yeah.
Just steal his paper. It'll be fine.
Do not steal my paper!
Oh,
my God.
is that what happened? So you steal my money, I steal her paper. Cat then presumably steals Romulus's
Did he actually
spices.
steal your money?
No.
Nobody will.
Okay. Okay. I thought you were actually... Seriously?
It won't be stealing, it would be loaning with interest.
Oh, no, because you're not even going to have any idea. I think Kay's probably the richest out of us all at this standing.
You would have thought so.
Between what he pillaged and stuff, I can imagine he's probably the richest.
I only have 200 gold.
I'm just sort of here, just like, well, yeah, no.
Oh,
Wait, don't you have
Wow.
more already? Or have you spent all of it prior to that?
Hmm?
You surely have more before you just acquired the 200 gold.
No, I have 200 gold. I have 247 gold.
Yeah,
wow.
he's double my wealth.
The amount of paper and ink I could buy with that. The amount of
Yeah,
lives
yeah.
I could save.
The amount of pastries I can buy
I am
with that.
here. I am back.
Ah, that's the only reason Kay has come down to the Ivy Hills for fresh pastries.
No, they don't have pastries here. They don't have my pastries here.
Oh.
I have to go north for my pastries.
Oh, what, the bear claw?
Duh. I need bear
Yeah.
claws.
Yeah, no.
Oh wait, I
I
gotta take
find
those
bear
from you.
claws are much too crunchy.
Oh.
They make a good rake, though.
Oh.
You could do some really good gardening and hoeing with bear claw.
That
They're
reminds
quite
me,
a weird
Romulus?
hairbrush, but
Romulus, you never
What
finished
was
my back scratcher?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was too busy doing more important things, like cutting up apples and giving them to children, apparently.
That's not important. Give me my back scratcher.
it felt like
Oh.
such a weird segue that as well. Like, what could it ever lead to?
What?
We fed children.
You all like Damian decided to throw us into things from the get-go in that and sign me up for a fight. And you know, just completely ruined my apple plan.
Look,
so
we
now
had to have
he
a
owes me
fight
lots of
club
gold
session.
for all those apples and the
Oh,
spices.
don't worry. I can get you the gold for you. Damian, I
No.
want to make a withdrawal.
How much gold was it, Romulus?
I think it was actually a ludicrous amount.
I
The
think
what,
you pay
sorry?
something like is it
For the
10 or
apples.
something gold, something stupid for the amount of apples
I
and
can't remember.
seasoning and stuff you brought.
I think altogether it came to somewhere in the region of 20 gold pieces, which is
Yeah,
a fucking ludicrous amount. Although
but
I
it
do,
was a ludicrous
You
amount.
did buy a lot of apples, though.
yeah, no, I know, but it is still a ludicrous amount
Gonna
on a bit that you ruined, Damian.
Yeah, Damian, he spent that money to try and help you and you ruined it.
wow.
Yeah, Damian, you
Yeah,
dick.
Damian.
The amount of apples that are just casually appearing in my text, and actually it's just in the middle of another word.
Damien. Can we just keep saying Damien?
Fucking Damian.
Damien. Oh,
No,
Damien.
please
Paladin.
don't, Romulus. Keep it clean.
Okay.
Do you want to show your word?
Damian, I need to make one thing very clear. As physically attractive as you are, I do not believe you could handle me in any way, shape, or form. And as such, I will not be engaging in coitus with you.
My God. Oh, good Lord.
I see.
Romulus takes a lance to the throat.
Oh, I'm sorry. What were you expecting? I'm over 7 foot tall.
A back scratcher.
Okay, Chris, can it be noted that that my next port of call is, of course, making a back scratcher for K.
Yep.
I gave you the
need
materials.
to find the time.
Next time I have spare time, I want it to be known that I will be using that spare time to attempt to craft this back scratcher for K.
Question. Why exactly does Kay need a back scratcher?
I don't know.
I mean,
I mean, he has a
objectively,
prehensile
K has a
tail.
prehensile tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
It's
can't
K?
use that all the time, so I need a back scratcher.
Sometimes the tail's just like, nah, mate. I don't
It-
fancy tailing today.
The
You'll have to give me some
tail,
of Damian's money to pay me to do it.
the tail holds Kay's pants up. Yeah, there we go.
Oh my.
Oh, so in the middle of combat, Kay could just suddenly pant drop.
Yep.
Oh, let's
psychic
go.
damage inflicted on enemies.
Oh, and
Psychic
party.
damage inflicted on everybody.
Like, Kay just lands after doing some weird backflip after
And
doing
just
a
pulls his
blade
pants
attack
back
with his
up.
tail, and it's just like, and his trousers are flying away. What?
Hey, and
Hey,
it's already cat in that case hung. So
Since when?
Damian made it canon.
When? When did I
We've
miss
already
this?
established nothing that Damian does is canon.
I'm
Yeah,
more
so-
inclined
Stealing
to.
my money.
I'm more inclined to agree with Romulus on that one, and that's something I didn't think I'd ever say.
I'm sorry, can I get inspiration for the one time you're ever
Yeah, I'll allow it.
going to say that?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Oh, I'll take that.
well, that was a rabbit hole we went down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 5 minutes.
No.
Okay, so welcome back. That took a little bit of a segue, but these things happen. So,
Is everything okay there? I'm just hearing a lot of rioting in the background of someone.
it's American TV.
It's just
Ah,
right.
that explains it.
Mr.
American TV, where everything's a riot.
Beast. It's Mr. Beast.
What's
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's worse.
Mr. Beast? I have no idea what this is. Should I remain ignorant?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
Good. I will remain ignorant for the purposes of this conversation and for the stream's sake as well. So, sorry that took a little while. I had to adjust and move around some stat blocks, which I realized I needed to delete after the last session. I didn't, because I forgot. Cool. Ah, now my monitor's turned off just as I was about to. There we go.
That's because you don't want combat.
Yeah.
No stamp blocks.
No, I
No
want
stat
combat.
blocks.
You can't stop me. So, you
No
currently
stat blocks.
you currently stand
Oh,
next to the you currently stand next to the hang cages. The hang cage otherwise heads back up, taking the people with it as you otherwise have exited into the open area of the Ivy Hills. People around here seem to be less worried about who you are, what you are, and what you're doing here. People don't seem to be paying as much attention to you, or they're paying potentially too much attention to you. Either way. What'd you do?
We should find this mine.
And locate things.
The abbots, cookeries.
Let's.
So which are
find
you
the
heading to
miner.
first? Because they're in opposite directions of one another. And the
No.
Abbots is about half a day out of town heading south, and the mine is about a day out of town heading north, and then following the edge of it going west.
Excellent.
And the cookery place?
Where?
Cookery place,
Can
you
we-
don't know. You'll have to look
Okay.
it up or try and find out.
How
But
long
then if
can
we're
something
heading-
stay in your little pocket dimension?
Forever.
Is that accurate, Chris?
Are you,
I mean,
are you
it-
asking
the
about
pocket
perishables or
Just non-perishables.
non-perishables forever until Cat dies?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That can be arranged.
Okay, so it doesn't strictly matter what order we do them in.
No. Once cast, the next 4 hours, you create a small pocket in which it's open. You can open and close each as an action each round. Where the space can store up to 20 pounds of objects or up to 4 objects that can fit within a 3-foot cube. If any object is left within the space after the duration ends, it will remain there until cast again. If the individual dies, the objects in there are propelled into the astral sea. If another dimensional space is placed within the portal, it immediately creates a portal to the astral sea that pulls all creatures within 10 feet radius inside and then closes. And the portal that you create always remains within 5 feet of you while you have it cast.
I
have a
guarantee
question.
you, Burn has got a lock on exactly where in the astral sea all these pop out, and he's just
Oh, yeah, he's-
standing there with a sack.
I imagine he's got a giant boat or a full space trawler out there that just nets everything up that's just floating around.
How do you think
rubbing his
people make
hands.
money in the astral sea?
They pay Burn for
Look,
rights to be able
it's-
to go out there.
Look, if we ever do a Space Jam one shot or campaign, one of you is going to be forced to play a junker. I'm sorry, but they exist out there and it's
Oh, I
fun.
could
I
do
would
a
love to
junker.
do a Space Jam one shot.
I kind of want to do one as well, but unfortunately the Space Jam
yeah.
book kind of sucked, so I have to try and come up with my own material, which takes more work. Anyway,
Is no one gonna notice that? No one gonna bring it up? No, just me.
No,
No.
I get it, yeah.
Okay, good.
what?
I want to play basketball with Bugs Bunny.
I know. I was literally thinking with the Space Jam, and I was just like,
That's not right.
Oh, Spell Jammer, not Space Jam.
Oh, you know what? I'm down either way.
yeah, me too.
Someone must have made some homebrew basketball rules. We just need to go and find them.
I was going to say, Simon, if there's anyone who's going to find them, it's you.
Probably be easier to make a whole custom system for intergalactic basketball, but
I can do the battle map.
So we're doing the mine first.
Someone
I think.
write this down.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think.
I
Yeah.
mean, given there might be a time limit, other people might be doing the job. It's probably a good idea to get that out of the way.
yeah. So it's what, a day's travel?
A day's
Yeah.
travel, so it means you'll have to sleep
So we
out
can
in
get
the
half
swamp
that way and
overnight.
camp out.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fine.
Combat in the
So-
swamp, I like it.
Travelling past the variety of houses and heading out the northern way as you can. You travel along the wooden walkways into the otherwise northern sections of the farmland, where it's otherwise kind of a flooded plain or a floodplain, shall we say, with various fruits and veg and grains of different types. They're always being kept down here. You can also see small plumes of smoke that are rising from a few houses nearby, where the seemingly the smothering crystals do not reach. As you begin to exit, heading further out of town, Kay, your small kind of symptoms begin to return.
Why do we have to leave this place?
Fire. Okay? Fire. We have it. It's returned.
You do.
I don't care about fire.
And I would like the next person to roll on the random encounters table for me, please.
Who's up next?
That is.
Yeah.
Vinny?
Vinny. Okay.
I'm happy
Think?
to do it, yeah.
Alright. Give us a
Get
d20
ready
roll,
for-
please.
The Vindicator.
20.
And a lovely nat 7.
7.
It's a 7.
Okay. Heading along the walkways, you note that there are a few people moving backwards and forwards about the floodplain area, but there doesn't seem to be anything of particular interest. The day goes by, and granted it's an interesting location down here, an interesting environment, but you are travelling along wooden walkways for the better part of about 15-ish miles before you reach the edge of the actual gorge itself, where you can see it goes up into this completely sheer surface, almost like it's just been hollowed straight out, and that's just what is left. There's very little tapering, it's just sheer. You can see where there are a number of rock slides that have happened further up ahead that have otherwise taken out a portion of the walkway up ahead. So you've kind of got a few choices. The walkway seems to have been mostly destroyed, and so there doesn't seem to be an easy way to, go through that way. You can go round through the swamp, or you can try and go over. Or anything else you can come up with.
How big of an area is destroyed by this walkway?
This walkway
destroyed. How
rock
big of an
slide.
area of this walkway? Yeah.
I'd probably say about 20 feet's worth, but the rocks are piled up quite a way, as it seems like it has just kind of pulled in from what looks to be a slight overhang that's kind of fallen inwards.
Are we hunting a
mean-
bear?
I mean, we could.
If you want to go through it,
it.
if you want to go through it, Damian, I'm not going to stop you, but it's going to take a while. Did you want to try and scale it?
I'm game for it if you do.
Yeah, but you've got spider feet thingy. So you'll be
Actually,
fine.
I'll have you know that I currently don't have Spider Climb active. I do have Land Stride though, so
You're still fine.
yeah, it's fine. It's not my problem.
I'm just going to be the one clambering and
Learn
splint
magic.
armor.
Get good.
Sure, let's give it a go. Why not?
I
So
would
you're
try
gonna-
and clear the path, but I think that's probably gonna cause more hassle.
Yeah, I'm going to try scrambling across
Could
the
take
rock.
longer even if it works.
Okay.
hmm
So you're going to climb over it. Okay. I would like everybody to make me a dexterity saving throw then, please. Romulus, you do not get advanced. Okay, Cat costs land stride, so you're fine. Romulus, you do not get advantage on this because this will be something you wouldn't necessarily see coming.
Ah, balls. I really need that advantage.
Can
to
I-
make me-
Can I use the fact that I'm not hindered at all to try and
Oh, doesn't matter,
support
20.
Romulus? Oh, fine. don't
I'll
forget
say
it's free
it counts
Romulus.
as a free success because you're using
I don't-
something to overcome this problem.
I don't know why this changed, but that was a 9.
So we have Cat's a success, natural 20 on Romulus, that's a success. Vinny,
18.
18, that is a success. K. You said it was
15.
15, that's a success. And Damian?
You don't ask.
I did. What is it?
No, you don't. It's a 5.
And that,
A 5. Okay. As you're otherwise all climbing over, Cat, you simply glide over the top and it's nice and easy, travelling through a portion of this. As you all kind of begin to climb over the rocks and begin to shift and move, you watch as otherwise Damian slides a little bit, kind of as heavier heavier weight of his armor and unsure footing, otherwise pushing a portion of the rocks down as it slides down and into the water, which you watch begins to otherwise writhe and move as the rocks move with it. To which a creature then looks up at Damian, who happens to be closer to the edge. At this point, Damian, you are relatively close to the water, and you can see what looks to be two eyes look up at you. What do? You're currently held in motion, but you are close to the water's edge, and something seems to have been disturbed.
I'm so... You know what? Just because this is hilarious, this is what I thought of, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to wave cheerfully and say, hello!
Okay.
Oh, at that going point, you might as well just swan dive straight into it.
Okay. Okay. At this moment, as you otherwise kind of wave hello down to this thing, you note the otherwise long, scaled body of something as it is otherwise disturbed as it looks up at you, and you hear kind of this low growl, almost like this rumbling as you watch as the water around it ripples away. I'm going to say none of you would have really seen a creature like this before. I'd say anybody proficient in nature, go ahead and make me a nature check for me, please.
How am I prepared? Okay, fair. Alright.
You'd think I would be, but no, not even a little bit.
Keep picking up all the dice, cat.
It's a 19.
Okay. As you look down, you see what looks to be a alligator, as correctly stated by Sudz. But it's a lot bigger than you would have expected it to be. I'm going to ask everybody to roll for initiative, and this is going to be Theatre of the Mind combat. Because I don't need a map for this, because I can say either you'll be in range if you intend to be, or you'll be moving further away if you wish to.
Right, Theatre of the Mind.
Mm.
Oh, for God's sake!
This is where Damian
Okay,
dies.
so let's
Oh,
start by rolling your initiative.
He died cheerful and waving at the creature that consumed him.
Okay. 10 to 15.
10.
No,
10
not
to
10.
15.
Sorry, 25 to 20. Sorry, I just jumped the gun and went straight to something else. 15 or 20 to 15.
17.
Also 17.
Who has the higher dex? I believe you have the same. Roll off for me, please. Okay, K is going.
Now I get the 20.
Okay, K is going first because K smells food. Technically blood in the water, but we'll go with food. Okay, followed by Vinny. Alright. 15 to 10. Cat was 14 or 10? Okay.
I believe I'm at 16.
16. And Damian, what did you get?
I think it was a 3.
3. Okay.
Am I right? Is it a type of barbarian that gets advantage on initiative checks, or am I going crazy?
I don't think it's a type. I think barbarians just get advantage initiative checks at like 9th level or something as one of their features.
Ah, right, lovely. Well, I'm.
But you're going to be
leaning into
stopping
fight
anyway.
now.
Yeah, you're leaning into fighting now.
I just couldn't remember like if it was something that all of them got, or if it's just specific classes.
No, that's fair. Okay, let me quickly change the music up because we are now in combat. So, top of the round, K. You look down and see this creature as it begins to thrash in the water. As Damian is nearby, I'm going to let it, it is the one opening the combat. It will make a single attack versus Damian.
Nice.
As part of this, but it'll only be one attack. So I will say it is going to swing at you with its tail because it has reach and it would be within range with that. Okay. That is a natural 1, so it swings up with the tail, otherwise missing. K, it is now your turn. Use this natural 1 if you wish to.
Yes, I am going to try and stab into its tail and hook the end of my tail. In
Okay.
its tail.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Nope.
Total?
I don't think so. Total that is that's a 10 total.
10. As its tail swings up and just misses Damian, as Damian otherwise kind of slides out of the way, the tail glancing over the top. You see all the tail coming towards you, and as you move forward to try and stab it with your tail just whiffs underneath as the tail, even though it's a big meaty object, moves with surprising speed through the air, kind of just feeling it as the air pressure whooshes past you. Avoiding hitting you, but at the same time unable to land a tail strike against it.
Okay. I should be able to. Can I bite it while it's under the water?
It's not submerged. It's currently on the surface of the water.
Oh,
so
it's okay. Yeah, I am gonna go for and try and bite this thing then.
Okay, so jumping forward and onto its back or nearby to it. Are you submerging yourself in the water, or are you just biting it from its back?
I'm gonna jump onto it. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just gonna jump onto it.
Okay, go ahead and make me a attack roll, please, with your bite. Ooh.
Oh, come
Oh.
on.
Total?
That's a 12.
12. As you go to bite down with your teeth, it hits kind of the harder, rubbery skin of this creature, as it otherwise bites into it and isn't able to get through the tough skin. As you kind of pull back, you begin to rodeo it as it begins to thrash about in its space now, very much angered by Kay being on its back. Vinny, you are up next, seeing this spectacle take place.
Okay, so this thing, as far as we can tell, looks a lot like a giant alligator, right?
Correct, yes. This thing is huge. Probably spanning 10, 15 feet, the tail narrowly missing Damian and Kay. As Kay moved to jump on its back, as he went to bite it, he kind of pulls his teeth back, and is otherwise, you see there's no bite marks. But he's otherwise now rodeoing a giant alligator.
Would Vinny know anything about normal alligators? You said we wouldn't recognize this creature, but...
No, in this instance I don't think, because they're not... I'm not sure you'd really see them, because as much as there's tropical climates in the north, you typically kept to the paths as opposed to trailblazing through the jungle.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
No,
So
it
I
came
don't
from
think...
Fantasy Florida.
So I don't think there's much that you would have in the way of... There's not really too many of these environments outside of like Chainer territory or outside of the jungle itself, which I don't think anybody here has actually ventured into. So
I have
no, you ventured into the
a jungle.
It is okay. It's not the jungle. It's a bit of the jungle.
Look, I was
If I
in
show you-
a jungle.
Okay, if I were to show you the map of that area, you went through the equivalent of 5 trees worth of jungle, compared to the thousands of trees that make up the rest of the jungle.
Look, I'm just saying that I was in a jungle.
I know you were in a jungle, but in this instance,
I
you
didn't
also-
go near the water.
yeah,
though,
you also
'cause
didn't go
screw
near the water. Yeah, you also didn't go near the water. You might have if you went the other way, but anyway. Enough
So this thing
reminiscing.
is just a big thing.
It is a huge kind of reptilian creature that is not happy with having a small rat folk person on its back, and was seemingly disturbed as Damian knocked some rocks into its head and proceeded not to get out of the way when it was angered.
Well,
I'm going to preface this with the fact that I am joking, and I really do love you and your character, Jamie. Fucking game.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, this is why Damian's
well,
my
this
bank.
Damian's
Also
got hair.
dinner, apparently.
Not a super
dinner.
secure investment. Anyway, if this thing is this easy to piss off, maybe we can drive it away. So I am going to try and take a slash at its face.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack. As you otherwise step close and towards it, you otherwise take a swing with your scimitar. Go ahead.
I assume the fact that K is on
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah,
I
sneak
don't
attack
suppose
from
I'm
that.
just flanking.
Yes. I'll say yes, from its natural one and from the fact that Kay is now engaging with it, I'll allow it to be flanking for this turn.
Perfect.
Do you have an inspiration?
I do, and I would like to use that.
Okay, go ahead.
To reroll. I'll just reroll the die.
Yep.
The attack
Now
roll.
rolling that 20.
Hey, much better.
Close
I'd
enough.
love the natural one being changed to where Kay just bats the scimitar into the creature instead of almost hitting him.
You like
I'd like to put in a petition right
acupuncture
now
it, and
that
it
if-
suddenly shoves its head down and like, catch it.
I'd like to put a petition in now that if anyone in this party is allowed to pick up the lucky feat, I think it should be Vinny.
Oh, yeah, I've already had a discussion with Vinny. He's the only one who's allowed.
Yeah,
He's
I went ASI first, but I
Yeah.
probably will take you off on that, honestly.
Yeah,
I think it's just a bit too perfect.
yeah.
Anyway, that's 16 points of slashing damage.
16 points of slashing damage. Okay.
That's with my good rapier that does the thing.
That does the thing.
It just like counts as magical for.
Oh yes. In this
Not
instance,
no
the
idea if
creature
that's
just
relevant to this.
no. In this instance, it doesn't seem to have make a difference from what
If
you've
this thing
seen so
is
far.
just a giant alligator, then
Yes.
there's no reason to suspect it would have anything special going on.
So Sarko.
No, it's got a giant alligator. It's just a giant alligator. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay,
So that's your
so
first
that's
swing.
my attack then.
Okay.
Um,
You do have your bonus action still. And if you wish to move away, you can.
yeah, I'm gonna bonus action disengage and back off.
Okay, bonus action disengaging, kind of taking that warding strike against its snout as you otherwise hit it. Kay otherwise riding the alligator into a more of a less favourable position, pointing the teeth towards you, which you're not so happy with, but it does engage with your scimitar as you then back off as it goes and attempts to snap at you in place. Okay,
Wait, big guy, piss off. Go swim somewhere else.
okay, Romulus, you are up.
Okay, so Vinny has disengaged.
Yep.
And he told her to piss off.
Which is
Are we
in sharp
trying-
contrast to Damian, who's just gone, hello!
Are we trying to drive this thing off? Is that the vibe I'm getting here?
Well, it looks a bit. I mean, that's what Vinny has so far done so far. He's taken a swipe at an area which would attempt to drive it off and then backed off, while Kay is rodeoing it, and Damian seems to be in a more vulnerable position given that he kind of slid down the side of the edge of the rock slide.
I mean, if
Okay,
you specifically want alligator meat, I'm happy to help out with that.
I want it. I want the whole thing.
I love me some alligator meat.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, Kay, and say that if you get the whole thing, you might be encumbered.
I'm not carrying this. I got a Romulus for that.
Right.
Romulus might be encumbered.
Yeah, Romulus will be encumbered. This
Carry
thing's huge.
So hang on. Damien is a bank and Romulus is your personal porter.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha, that's fine.
Okay. So Romulus, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I would like to run towards Damian.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Damian, are you on the floor or?
He
I
is.
think
He's slid down, so he is currently prone. Yes.
Wonderful.
For God's sake, Damian, you can't die yet. You just need to pay me back, and I'm going to
What?
grab him and swap our positions using bait and switch.
Okay. So Damian, as Romulus otherwise moves up to you, he grabs your arm and you're like, oh, he's here to help me up. And he kind of swings and rotates you round as you tumble off the edge, not taking any damage, but tumbling onto the walkway as Romulus now moves into the aggravating position as the alligator kind of swings towards you, its head hissing in your direction with a K just riding on its back.
Now, that
Wait,
does not
which-
take an action,
Nope,
Which
that
bit's
is a
walkway
bonus
am I
action,
on?
I believe.
so
Yeah, you're on the
I am
walkway now on the
going-
other side.
so I am going to. I don't know whether you'd call this an intimidation check or not, but I'm going to try and hit this thing in the face and drive it off as
So-
a sort of like, but this is not a good fight for you. Fuck off.
Okay, so I'll say this would be some form of warding attack. So I will say this would be attack with intent. So go ahead and make your attack roll, please. You do
would
get the
like
benefit
to-
of flanking because K is currently on its back.
Well, I will say I took the bonus from the bait and switch because I've put myself into danger.
Yep.
So I am going to just roll the d6 now to let me know what the buff to my
AC is.
AC is.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, lovely.
Okay.
That's going to help me so much very shortly.
So the warding attack is to try and get it to go away, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make me the attack roll.
Recklessing the shit out of it.
Are you using Reckless here then?
I am. I very much am.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
that's a
thank you.
crit. That's good. So, go ahead and roll damage according to a crit. Remember that this is halved, but the other half is added to the DC. So this will be a wisdom save for it in a moment. So go ahead and roll me the damage.
Oh god, I'm so I'm using my maul for this. So I
It'll be 40.
technically it's just
Yeah.
it's kind of weird 'cause
46
I'm halving it and then doubling it. Like
Yeah,
kind of.
so just roll it, and then I'll take the half of the total. So 16 plus 4, I believe, because it's your maul.
Yeah, I'm not currently raging.
Yep.
So plus 5. I have
So
a
that's
20.
20. Okay, that's 20. So I need to beat a DC Wisdom saving throw on a +0 for the giant crocodile or giant alligator.
Yeah.
That is a natural 20 on my giant alligator. You otherwise take a heavy swing into it, otherwise bashing its nose again in the same place that Vinny otherwise cut it. And as the maul otherwise swings into it and whaps it there, it otherwise pulls its head back for a moment and then just hisses at you angrily. It's coming at you next turn, but you probably already knew that.
Yeah, that sucks on a lot of ways.
You got +6 AC, so hey, it's going to be a lot harder to hit you. Just hopefully don't roll a natural 20 on that as well. So, Cat, you're up.
Yep. Yep. Okay, I mean, I'm assuming I can tell that we aren't trying to fight this, we're trying to get it away.
Seems like
I am
yeah.
going to use Jeff to
Okay.
fly round its head and try and lure it away with Jeff. I'm just going to have him keep doing that. And as my action, I'm going to hold, because as the alligator goes to bite Jeff, and if he doesn't manage to get away from it, I will send him to the pocket dimension.
So you're using your action to cast Pocket Back?
No. With Find Familiar.
Oh, right, with Find Familiar, you're just going to send him to poof away.
Exactly,
Oh,
as it goes to bite on
interesting.
him, I'm just going to bamf him out of there.
Oh, interesting. That's very clever. Okay, I will say go ahead and roll me a performance check for Jeff, because you are currently competing against Romulus, who has...
Romulus.
who's annoyed it. So I will say this will be a performance check using Jeff's stats here for performance. And again, I'll say this is a wisdom saving throw versus the roll.
What is Jeff's performance? I don't
Okay,
know.
well, that's a lot lower.
Jeff. We're gonna. Right, okay. Performance. Oh, what is performance?
Just be a charisma if he's not proficient.
It's a
in it.
charisma. Okay. Okay. So that's 12.
12. Okay. It seems to have taken interest in the bite-sized meal that's just started flying over its head, but has also not lost interest in Romulus. It will be splitting its multi-attack this time.
What? Multi-attack?
Yes. Speaking of which, it is now the giant alligator's turn. It is going to take its bite attack versus... Actually, no, because Jeff is flying above it. It's going to have to use its tail attack on Jeff. And then it's going to make a bite attack versus Romulus.
Oof.
So, bite attack versus Romulus. That is a 23 to hit.
Fuck, even with my bonus, that hits by 1.
And the attack versus Jeff, which in the end won't matter because you're using your action to make Jeff disappear. So I will roll for it to see what I would have gotten. That would have been a 22 to hit.
Yeah, no. Jeff
As
is
the
gone.
tail swings up and you just poof Jeff out of existence as the tail misses, and as it uses that momentum, it bites into Romulus. Romulus, you are now grappled, but more importantly, you take 21 points of piercing damage as it bites as you otherwise swing your maul, bashing against its nose, it is angry at you, and as it lunges forward, it bites onto your armor. You feel kind of this heavy crunch as it does so, the teeth piercing into you in this heavy restraining. As it holds you in place, you are grappled and restrained by this, by the bite attack. It cannot bite another creature, notably, while it is doing so, but it otherwise holds you in place as you feel it kind of heavily bite onto you. Okay. End of the giant alligator's turn. Damian, you are up. You have just been kind of pushed backwards onto the walkway as you otherwise still prone, but Romulus, you just hear him shout out as the giant alligator bites into him. What would you like to do?
I do. I yell.
No, Romulus does.
Oh, right, that makes more sense. Hey, let's see what these hand axes are made of. Let's throw a hand axe at the tail of the creature.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
I've got no idea how this works.
With the hand axe, it will just be the same sort of attack as your main weapon, but it does a d6 as opposed to a d8.
Okay, so it's the same with 2 hit.
Yes.
Additional to hit, cool.
Yeah. I must have forgotten to add that to a count sheet.
And I need to do damage with a d6.
Yes, that's the white one. Yeah, that hits. As you otherwise kind of keeping your space back, you stand up and you otherwise throw one of the hand axes as it just flies over Kay's head and sticks into the tail, doing how much damage?
That was a d4. Well, I
d6, so 4 plus...
4 plus whatever hand axe is.
It'll be your strength. It'll be your strength,
Oh,
so it'll be a plus 3, I believe. Yep, so 7 points of damage. Okay. There's the hand axe sticks into it. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? You have a bonus action if you have anything fun you'd like to try.
Possibly.
Kay and Vinny,
as a bonus action, I wish to cast Shield of Faith on Romulus.
Okay. Romulus, you now have +2 to your AC as Damian otherwise sees what's going on, and just to try and help you a bit further, you otherwise feel this magic begin to take hold and wrap around you.
I want to make this very clear that exactly 2 AC would have been extremely helpful.
It would last turn. Yep, unfortunately, it rolled higher than Damian.
As usual.
I rolled relatively low in the initiative, but it's still doing alright. So, back to the top of the initiative order. Kay, you are up.
Alright, I'm gonna try and make this thing feel inferior. First things first, if I take off my mask, does that take anything?
With the intention to take it fully off?
Yes.
Depends. Are you intending to stow it or just toss it?
I'm gonna take it off and kind of toss it to
the walkway?
To the walkway, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Right,
I'll count that as a switching weapon for the purposes of this.
Alright, I'm going to take my mask off fully, because what I intend to do, the mask is going to get in the way.
Okay.
And then I am going to use my attack to jab my tail into its back.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm going to try to.
Okay, go ahead, make the attack roll. Yep, that hits.
That hits.
Otherwise using your tail as a skewer, you otherwise stick it downwards into the back of the alligator as it otherwise swings on its turn, very much angered by your presence there. Go ahead and roll me the damage.
Yep, I was just making sure which die it was.
Yep, so 6.
That's 6 plus 4 plus 2.
2. So 12 points of damage. Okay, it is not looking happy.
I am going to be using my tail as an anchor, and I'm going to swing down underneath of it, and I am going to bite it on its neck.
Okay, go ahead and...
on its kind of like throat area, like a crocodile normally would.
Yep, go ahead and make me an attack roll. I'll say you have flanking with Romulus for this.
I'm helping.
7 plus 6 plus 2.
So 15 to hit. That hits.
Yeah.
Otherwise, swinging down, using your tail as an anchor, you otherwise reach your mouth up and bite into its neck. Go ahead and do damage. Ooh, nice.
6 plus 2.
6 plus 2. Didn't you swap out blind
Oh, wait,
fighting
that's right,
for
that's
2
right.
weapon fighting?
Six-
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 plus 4 plus 2.
So 12 points of damage again. Nice. Very good damage that time around. As you otherwise swing up and go for another bite, biting into its neck, the poison sinking in, you otherwise pull a little bit back, otherwise still grabbing onto it, as you can feel it beginning to loosen its grip on Romulus and is very much considering retreating, it would seem. Yeah, okay. We'll see how this combat goes, but I'll see what traits you get at the end of this.
Okay.
To clarify, retreat with me in its mouth?
No, it seems to just want to get away, given you've done quite a number on it for your party. Okay.
And I have made it feel inferior by biting it on the neck.
Nice.
Quite possibly. Vinny, you're up.
Okay, this thing has lodged something quite big and heavy inside its mouth. So its head should be relatively still, so I'm going to run up and slash it.
Okay, you have flanking again, because I'll say Kay and Romulus are both helping with this, so go ahead and roll me.
Perfect. If it dies, fine. If it runs away, also fine.
Oh.
Again?
Nothing I can do about that.
Okay, as you go in to take a swing, it in its thrashing with K nearby, it is going to take an attack of opportunity because of the natural 1 rule.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to use an attack with its tail as it cannot bite you. That is a natural 19 for a total of 27 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. I would like you to make me a strength saving throw as a part of taking 9 points of bludgeoning damage from this.
Alright. To that. A strength save. No.
Nope. As you otherwise take a swing for the head, which isn't moving, granted, but the blade doesn't manage to dig into the skin far enough, and actually lodges for a moment as it swings its tail round and up as it bats you in the side. You otherwise feel your scimitar as it pulls free, and you are knocked prone on the ground 5 feet away on the walkway. You will be able to get back up and move within range if you wish to attack it again, but you will not have movement to move out of range.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay.
Get up and try and use my bonus action attack.
Okay, go ahead and make me a bonus action attack.
Didn't successfully sneak attack, so I still have it available.
Yep. That
Or,
definitely hits.
Better.
There we go.
Finally, the Vinny luck has occurred.
Okay, so that's
Yeah,
9
just
points
a
of
9
damage.
damage for
Okay.
bonus action slash.
Yep, no, that is by all means good. As you go ahead, and this time moving back in with its tail now pulling back behind it, as it is very much trying to retreat. You move up and you take a slash against it on the side of the snout, where it begins to more bleed a little bit more profusely as it begins to release Romulus in an attempt to run away. Romulus, it is your go. You are currently still grappled and restrained for the purposes of this turn, as it hasn't released you until the start of its turn. So you have disadvantage on your attack rolls and such.
To confirm, I am in this thing's mouth.
Correct. I also forgot.
Confirm,
I was also going to say I also forgot to roll with advantage for the reckless attack, which I forgot. So I'm not going to take it, but I did roll for advantage just to see what I would have got, and I would have gotten a natural 20. So count your lucky stars. I'm rolling very well today.
Hey!
You just avoided the equivalent of maybe about another 18 points of damage.
That would have been a lot of damage.
Yeah, it would have. Okay. Carry it, please carry it.
I will be taking this opportunity because I am within this thing's mouth and
Correct.
I don't know necessarily that it's going to let me go next turn, do I?
You can feel its grip beginning to loosen, so I'll say the escape DC has decreased as it is attempting to run. So it's up to you if you wish to try and escape and make it easier for it to run away, or whether you're going to try and bash it and potentially encourage it to fight to the death.
What would it? I want to throw something into its mouth that will make it want to open its mouth and get everything out of its mouth as quickly as possible.
If you're referring to the bag, in this particular instance,
I'm not referring to the war crime dust. I'm referring to the other bag I have, filled with giant spider venom and drug residue. Because we picked that
Oh
up.
my god!
I did pick it back up.
you did pick it back up. So you can if you want to.
Do
Keep
I
in-
think that
keep
would
in
be a
mind-
good or bad idea?
I will say, as a bonus action for this, because there's not really much else you'll be able to use your bonus action for too much. As a bonus action to this, I will allow you to make a sleight of hand check to reach into your pack while you are still grappled within the mouth of this thing. This will be a disadvantage because you are restrained, but I will allow the check as part of the bonus action to see if you can just untuck it, because there's no way you're going to miss with an attack roll while inside its mouth.
Yeah.
So this will be a sleight of hand versus an attack roll here.
You know what? I'm going to try and break myself out of its mouth,
Mhm.
and I will be attempting to do so. And like, I'm going to see if I can take one of its teeth with me as I go.
Okay, cool. In which case, I will say make me a strength saving... an athletics check, sorry, to break free.
And I am willing to. I am going to pop a rage on this.
You're going to pop a rage on this. Okay, go ahead and...
Just on the off chance it gets another hit, I can't take another hit like that.
That's fair. Go ahead and roll me a athletics check with advantage. And the DC is decreased as it is attempting to run away, so the escape DC is lowered. Not that it matters, though. So,
No.
in this instance, as it otherwise is beginning to loosen itself, you in this moment kind of rage and push off of it, kind of channeling the strength of bear as you begin to push the mouth open and step backwards as it whoosh, snaps shut in front of you and it begins to slowly recede back into the water away from you. So, used your action to escape. Is there anything you wish to do for your bonus action?
Do I got the tooth?
Oh yeah, go ahead and make me a survival check. I'll say with advantage because of the successful escape.
Come on. Well, that was all.
Yeah.
Thank you for advantage.
I'll say in this instance you
it's
managed to get
16 altogether.
you managed to get a good hearty tooth as it is otherwise as it is dislodged from its mouth and still stuck in your arm. But yes,
Fair enough.
you just
That's
pluck it
one way to get
free.
it out there.
Yep, pluck it free, and you now have a giant alligator tooth. Okay,
Giant alligator
moving on
tooth.
to next. Cat, you are up.
Do I still have a bonus action quickly?
I'd say that would have been the survival check to pull the
Worth a
Cool.
try.
for the tooth. Cat, you're up.
So it's retreating.
It looks as though it's going to try, yes. It currently has a K attached to it, so K, we'll discuss that interaction in a moment. But, Cat, you're up.
Okay. In that case, then, if it's looking like it's going to retreat, then I'm going to do nothing because, well, I know. Sorry, I'll go down and I'll give. How's Damian faring?
I just
Damien-
exist on the walkway. I'm fine.
Damian's on
Is
the
he-
walkway,
is he
he's
up?
fine. There is still an axe lodged in its tail, which has yet to be retrieved.
I
Okay.
kind of expect an axe to be lost.
We can retrieve it from its cords.
Oh my god, no! Okay.
Pat, you have one job. You must kill it.
You must kill the giant
I'm
alligator.
not going to kill the alligator. I'm sorry, but no. It's retreating. it's. I'm not killing it. But
Cat,
I
you've
will
officially
go-
become useless to the party.
I will go and I'll push Damian into the river.
Do you wish to reckless this? Shut
Sorry, can I have a free push rune, please?
Just shove Damien in.
No, I'm going to go over and I'm going to give the help action to anyone that needs help getting back up.
Okay. Oh, so you're providing a general help action and you'll be able to go to whoever needs it in this moment.
Yes.
Okay. So, moving on to the giant alligator's turn. In this instance... So, okay.
Yes.
You are currently biting onto its neck, and I will let you choose whether you wish to stay bitten onto its neck or whether you wish to let go. It is currently going to be disengaging and moving backwards. It is larger than you, so you will go with it.
I know I will go with it. But I also think it would be very cool if it runs away and then its corpse floats to the top of the water.
That'd be cool.
Okay. In which case, from your previous bite attack, I will tell you the feature that you would have gotten from it. Go ahead and
Yes.
roll me a d6 for me, please.
D6.
Sorry, no, it's a d20 for these, isn't it? Yeah, you already rolled the d6 for damage. It's the d20
Oh.
I need for the effects,
D20.
right? Yep.
2.
Okay. Okay, so for a 2, you would get... Okay. For a 2, you would get the ability to have, you know, those eyelids that flick over that are see-through.
Oh, I can see underwater.
Yeah. So it'll help you with vision underwater or a situation which might require you to have a... I can't remember what those eyelids are called. Someone will correct me, I'm sure. I used to know. So, you can do that and you can have those for an hour. It is a single charge.
Well, since I'm being pulled underwater with this thing anyways,
Mhm.
I might as well use it.
Okay. So that would take one of your biological resiliences, and that would have been part of last turn, so that's fine.
Right? I'm
Okay.
going with it. I'm murdering this thing underwater.
Okay. So, it takes its turn, it moves... It moves 50 feet away as it... Well, I'll say it moves slightly less as it backs up into the water, turns and begins to swim away at a relatively high speed off into the bayou. At this point, the rest of you note Kay does not return as Kay is still attached to the neck of this thing. It did disengage, so it doesn't get an attack. Damian, it passes your turn, and we'll move just straight to Kay and the giant alligator here as this matters.
Yep.
So Kay, go ahead and make me your 2 attacks, one with your tail and one with your bite. So start with the tail. That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, why did it spin like that?
1 plus 4 plus 2, so that's 7 points of damage. Okay. And then your bite.
If it doesn't die on this one, I'm going to let go and go back up.
Okay. Okay, and go ahead and roll that for that. Okay, and that is 8 points of damage. Okay, it is not dead currently. It still feels like it's got strength in it.
I'm gonna let go.
Okay, I will say you get another 2 charges of the eyelid thing.
Okay.
If you want to add that to your list of ones, so you have 2 charges remaining of that. As you otherwise let go, it swims away, moving with a dash on its next turn away from you, as otherwise moves away from your area, and you otherwise float backwards, and the rest of you watch as a rather soggy and maskless K begins to return to you.
I need a re-description of just how terrifying this sight is.
Of what, K returning?
Yeah, the face.
Oh, K, looking at K without the mask for the first time for most of you, you see that K is a completely, or used to be, completely white-furred rat folk, but you see that the white fur is otherwise given away to the mud and kind of the muck of the bayou as he otherwise swims back towards it and otherwise clambers on, kind of the claws digging in slightly into the wood as he pulls himself up, his eyes blinking for a moment with the kind of the reptilian eyes, looking back at the rest of you before he kind of reaches for his mask and begins to put it back on.
Poor thing.
Cat, try not to kick back and pulverize this one.
Huh. Ha. You can get a rat.
You sure about that?
You're like, what's the time?
The time? I'd say
Yeah.
it's getting close to nighttime. You've got
Okay.
past the rock slide and that's fine, but you've got a choice whether you wish to recuperate or whether you wish to set camp early or whether you wish to keep going and then set camp in a bit.
I say keep going and then set camp, because don't want to be
I'm not
next
going
to
to push
water
on.
with
How,
things like that there.
How's
how are
Romulus
you
looking?
doing, Romulus?
I could be better. I'm going to push a second. I'm going to pump a second wind into myself.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna cast a 2nd level Chaos Bolt heal rune I am as well.
I'll let that happen first before I expend.
Okay, go ahead and roll that for
2d8,
me.
2d6.
2d8, 2d6, halved for
And
healing.
I have removed my hand axe.
Ha.
That's clearly lost.
Yeah, that one's gone.
Oh, could I have
down to
grabbed
3.
that on the way out?
That would have had to have been part instead of one of the attacks, I'm afraid.
Um,
Actually, you know what? I'll say in place of the opportunity attack, go ahead and make me an attack roll to grab the axe. So that's 8 healing to you, Romulus, by the way.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
inflation.
No.
And now I'm going to use my second wind.
The hand axe is lost forever. Sorry, Dave.
Well-
I really, really will need to have a short rest soon.
Kay owes some money to the bank of Damian.
oh,
Why does K owe money? You're the one who threw the axe.
yeah, I
but
didn't
they
put
didn't
the axe
retrieve it.
there.
Nice.
That was a down payment, and you failed.
I'm not paying you. You're the one that threw it there. I always retrieve my thrown weapons, even the carrot.
Even the carrot, he is correct
True,
on that.
He did retrieve the carrot.
Okay, so with that, you're carrying on and then finding camp later.
Mhm.
Okay. I would like someone to go ahead and herald me a survival check, please.
I've got Jeff back out, by the way.
Oh, survival
Okay.
K on the case. Anybody object? No. Okay.
All I've got is a +3. I feel like you probably have better.
No, I don't. But survival K on the case.
Oh
Let's
no,
go.
okay.
Are we going to be continuing to travel close to the water?
The walkway is always close to the water.
Okay.
With this
Then-
being a bayou, there's
then-
very little land about here. It's mainly just kind
Yeah.
of sunken, waterlogged land, mud.
That
No
is
pressure
fair.
on this being a good throw.
In that case, while we're traveling, I want to try and keep an eye on the water.
That is a fool.
Go ahead and make me a perception check then, please. Okay.
Spot anything else coming for us?
In terms of survival, looking for a place to set up camp, considering that this is a sheer walkway or a sheer cliff line going along the edge of a walkway, the closest place there is to stay in terms of this would be the walkway. That's the driest place that you can find, and that seems to be all there is. There aren't any alcoves, there aren't any like camping spots. It seems to be that because it's a day's travel from the Ivy Hills to the mine entrance, it's intended to be done in one trip.
It's unfortunate.
So, and the perception check?
19.
Okay, 19. Keeping an eye out and looking out across the bayou, you can see that there are a large number of birds which kind of move around, hopping from tree to tree. Different kinds of birds. You see a number of crows, you see a number of typical ravens, jays, a lot of various birds. Not many birds that live in or close to the water, it would seem. A lot of them live in the treetops above. And you otherwise kind of take note of this kind of, in particular, bit of information as you are looking out across the water. There is a moment where you, as you are keeping watch, you see what looks to be more kind of floating debris, which you begin to kind of think of, could they possibly be alligators? And you know that there are more things out there that you were less keen to explore and how dangerous this might actually be. But on the walkway it seems clear, and the trees nearest the walkway have been cut down, presumably to make the walkway. But to that same degree, that also means there's a little bit of a clearing before any creatures can get close, which might be to your advantage.
Oh, so okay, so that answers my question, I suppose. I was curious if there were any like trees that were overhanging the walkway.
No trees overhanging the walkway, I'm afraid.
There's not much cover that anything could use to get close to us. They'd have to be.
Yeah, they'd have to
They'd
slink.
have to be pretty exposed.
They'd have to slink along the water and then climb up the edge, which wouldn't be easy. Because it is a little bit of a drop into the water, about probably a foot or so. So going from the water upwards is pretty difficult.
Okay, so given that I've not spotted anything, I can be relatively secure that we're not being hunted.
Yeah, doesn't seem like you're being hunted.
Cool. Just, we don't want another encounter like that.
No. You do begin to note that as it begins to get darker and darker, insects begin to chirp, cricket, and buzz a lot more, as it is beginning to hit night time in the swamp.
Oh, that's what we should have brought. Bug spray.
Do not worry.
Don't worry, I will eat them.
Yes,
Yeah, no,
we
you
will
will, won't
use
you?
K as a. You know those little mini hoovers that suck up spiders and flies? Observe. I pick K up, like ratchet the tail, and then.
You can
just start
attempt.
sucking.
You can attempt to pick me up.
That's what a 10-foot pole and 50-foot of rope is for. Attach K to the end of it and just swing him around like a hoover.
Ah. Very good.
It's like a choir on a stick. Anyway.
Okay.
Jose jalapeno on a stick.
Mm-hmm. So, you begin to rest up. You don't have the ability to use tents here, nor set a campfire. But it is warm down here. So who would be keeping watch?
Oh, if that's the case, we don't have any source of light, correct?
Correct. There is
We're
no
going to have
source
to
of
do
light.
this very cleverly. So somebody's going. Who can't see out of us 5 in
Oh,
dark?
I can see sweet fuck all.
Same.
Romulus, you. Cat can now that she has.
Cat can now
me
that she
Jeff.
has Jeff. Yep.
Oh,
Mm.
that's good. So we do at least have pairs, and then somebody has to take a watch on their own.
Hmm?
Yeah. So it should definitely be one of the people who.
Okay.
Who can see?
K will take first watch as he took no damage.
Okay.
I'm happy to take a watch with Cat if that's okay, unless Cat wants to take one with Romulus.
Ooh. I would like to take one with
Yeah,
Romulus.
no worries. That's cool. I guess I'll take the other one with Vinny then.
Okay. So,
Sounds good to me.
going into the first watch, KS, that means you're on your own, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. And who's taking second watch?
I
We
mean,
can?
I can try.
Okay.
It won't go well.
So, going for first watch, as you're otherwise kind of perching yourself up, using what you can, kind of trying to avoid the temperature of this along the walkway here. You otherwise kind of lean yourselves up against the cliff line as best you can, just trying not to cause too much disturbance in case of a rock slide or anything. Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check, please. Okay.
17.
Okay. Keeping an eye out through the night as you otherwise lie there, kind of looking out across, or sitting there, currently watching as the rest of the party dozes off. You do take note of various things moving in the forest or in the bayou beyond. You can see what looks to be mosquitoes kind of beginning to move and drift around. You begin to kind of snap a few of them up, just kind of as light snacks. Not really doing anything for you, but still. Kind of snapping them out of the air, catching them with your tail and then putting them in your mouth and kind of looking out across the area vigilantly. Nothing seems to be coming towards you. There is still movement, large things moving about in the night, but nothing that wouldn't be water level, it would seem.
Okay.
Moving on to second watch, we have Cat and Romulus.
I will be spending my time on this watch because I'm not going to be much help. Like, I will keep an eye out, but in any spare time I have, I will be attempting to create a back scratcher for Kay.
Okay.
With the
I will say for the back scratcher, I will say go ahead and make me a survival check for this, please. Using, I'll say, your intelligence as opposed to your wisdom for this.
You just love to make things harder on me, don't you? It's not actually any different, but
Yeah, okay. And go
I just
ahead.
feel like I'm dumber than I am.
Yeah, go ahead
Why?
and roll it. No. Just it's more one of those trying to figure out how things fit together.
There it is.
Natural one.
There it is.
I will say.
Is it not beautiful, Chris?
I will say in this instance, as you are trying to make it during the night, it's very difficult to see what you're doing. You can still see off into the bayou and you can see kind of like small lights of fireflies, but you can't see a thing. I'll let you decide. Do you wish to proceed and see what you create, or do you wish to try again another day?
Okay, so I know objectively this is a 1. There is nothing good that could possibly come of this. However,
The DM has made an offer.
that is fucking hilarious. Okay. Do I have any guarantee that this will be something, even if it's not a good back scratcher?
Well, tell me what are the pieces you're using for this back scratcher.
I believe they were provided by K.
So
I don't remember the precise bits.
It was an entire skeletal arm, fingers included. It was from one of the jambies.
Oh,
I remember.
yes,
Yeah.
or gelatins. Sorry, the jambies would have been a bit more sloppy.
Gooey.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be funny.
Okay.
If I say fuck around and find out, do I get to roll again and see what happens?
No, I'll just tell you what you make.
then I think the answer is probably a mess. So I will try. I will preserve the peace as best I can.
Okay.
Because as much as I know it would be funny, I would feel bad wasting the ingredients that were got.
Wasting an arm for K.
Yeah,
That
you
is
know,
fair.
I heard it cost an arm and a leg.
Yep. Okay. And I would like a perception check with disadvantage from you, Romulus, and a perception check from Cat, please.
Cool.
And then if there's anything else you wish to do during this watch, you may do so.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
Cat, is
doing
it?
so
It's
well
from
today.
Oh, it would be from
Jeff.
Jeff. Yes, that's true. Was that another natural one from the disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay, you can see small twinkling
Jeff.
green lights in the distance. That's it.
I have advantage on this as well. Sweet.
Oh, I'm guessing because he's
What
an owl.
does the green
Yeah.
light mean?
Yeah,
The great
cool. Let's
Gatsby?
go on for it's a grand total of 17.
Jeff sees no owls like Jeff. Sad days. Sees night jays and the occasional kind of nocturnal bird just flying through the air, and it kind of stops and begins hunting in the water. There are a few kind of snaps which do catch both of your attentions. Romulus, for you, it's a bit more like spatially unaware, looking around and kind of going, where did that come from? Just kind of trying to hone in on the sound. But for you, Cat, you kind of watch as there's kind of a tussle in water further away as water's being thrown up and something's moving. And then it just goes still and silent.
Okay, right. Cool. Romulus. I need you to check something for me.
What's up?
Come with me, and we're going to try and get as far away from the water as we can.
You are as far away from the water as you can. It's
Oh,
about
okay,
10,
right.
about 5. It's about 2 feet below you and about 5 feet away from you, off the edge of the walkway.
Okay, fair. All right. Get down. Can you check something for me?
What do you need me to check?
Romulus
When
looks
we
bleary-eyed
fought-
back at you as he
I
can't
know.
see.
Don't worry, I have a plan for this. I've got. So when we fought the stone dragon, something happened and I kind of lost control. But
I remember.
something's changed,
Mm-hmm.
and there's sort of cracks. And I want to know if. Basically, I need you to help me see if it's spreading. So if you could look at the edges of where body changes for scars, and I'll give him my horn. I'll say glimmer, but I'll get him to cover it so it's a dull light so he can
Okay.
angle it.
Okay.
Okay.
And I will.
Correct me if I'm wrong. My actual memory of what it looks like has been altered by
Correct. Search
sight
engine.
changing previously.
So what you remember of it is that it is a grievous injury. You do not remember anything about its previous consistency or what it is.
And Cat does not know this.
This is correct.
Okay. I don't know if you're aware of this, but is this normal? I say pointing at the normal parts of it that were there previously. I thought it was a grievous wound. But what's this? Right.
I will say you're showing which part here. You said where it changes
This
It's
is like
gonna
the
be
first
at
point
the
in.
edge.
the back and the shoulder.
Okay, back in the shoulder, you can see where there is a seam where it is almost lightly blended together, where it kind of smears almost, but not quite. But as you begin to touch it, you can feel what is a seam between the two. It is not melded perfectly.
Right.
And as you run your finger along it, you feel what you felt before.
So, to my knowledge, as much as like this is different in that I'm seeing all the weird magic-y shite.
This
like,
time round, it's not necessarily magic-y, and it's almost like seeing this and like, oh yeah, I knew this before. Wait,
Oh.
I knew this
Wait.
before. And so it's
did
kind
know
of, you did know this before. And so your brain kind of recollects the whole, and as you kind of touch it, you can feel the like light.
Do I also
Almost.
happen to remember who messed with my fucking brain?
No, it feels like it was just a mismemory of it. But I will say in this instance, as you are otherwise kind of looking at it, you can see thin purple cracks running across the surface of it, but the cracks persist into regular cat skin.
So that looks like it may be spreading.
Yes.
Cat, I'm afraid to say it looks like it's spreading.
How so? Like the main body of it, or
The-
sort of run my finger along it? These.
Cracks are spreading over the separated part.
Romulus, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check for me.
Oh, you want Romulus to roll an Arcana check? do
You're
you?
able to get a good view on this, so I just want to see if there's anything that you might pick up here.
I would say that's pretty cocked. Oh, why
8.
wouldn't you let me re-roll?
It's a pick up and drop, you know the rules.
I know, I just don't like. Can I use my inspiration on this?
Yeah, by all means. And remember, you get to choose the higher when using inspiration for this.
It's cat. Of course, I'm gonna try and do a little bit extra on this.
11.
Fuck it, I'll take that.
Perfectly
Arcana,
average roll.
that's an
Arcana, yeah.
11.
Okay. That is, however, better in terms of DC and what it would help you with. As you begin to look over it, at first it's like this. You kind of run your fingers across like her back, and it's like it's smooth, and then you're kind of like, it's smooth. The cracks have no texture, yet they're kind of light purplish and almost give off a very, very faint light. And your brain kind of clicks like these cracks are magical. To what extent, you have no idea. That's not your area of expertise, and you imagine, nor is there anybody else in your parties, but they aren't physical cracks.
This isn't physical. It's magical. As much as they are appearing here on your body, it does not appear to be physical cracks appearing in your body so much as magical ones that are here. I am by no means an expert on magical things. I am certain you know more than I ever will.
Okay.
But-
I take note of that. Okay, I'll get a rough memory of where Romulus said that the slime, weird stuff, um, whatever it is, joins my body,
Mhm.
and I'm assuming he's been running his finger along the
Yeah,
cracks.
along the seam,
So I'm
not the
gonna get a
cracks
rough.
necessarily.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So how far out do the cracks go?
You can't tell. They have no texture.
No, but if he can run his finger
Yeah,
to help.
I get
Oh,
the
I see what you mean. Okay, so using his finger as a guide.
Mhm.
Compared to the seam, probably maybe a centimeter or 2 at most.
Okay. I will note
not as
that
far as
down.
we were perhaps concerned about.
I will note
No,
that
it's not
down
like
in case
across
they
your
keep
entire
growing.
body, just a bit. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for that. I will try and work out what's going on.
Of course.
Romulus, roll me a
always
wisdom
fearful.
saving throw.
Oh, fuck off, Cychania.
Yeah, right.
If I see that chain move, I am bloody decapitating it. I swear to God.
Right. Oh,
Total.
18.
That meets Sochania's DC.
I
You
reach my hand out and grab
No,
it.
in this instance, as Sochania moves closer to you, as the image is covered up, you feel like this fuzziness return to you. And Sochania is almost staring at you in this instance. As much as Sochania can't stare with no eyes, you get a feeling of purpose behind this. And you feel like there's this assault on your mind for a moment before you kind of shrug it off, kind of thinking, why? And then it clicks with you as to what happened before. So,
I
Sochania shakes side to side as a no motion.
Romulus's eyes go hard. And his
hard in his
hand is
eyes.
going to the Bector Corbin.
Okay.
Cat, it's coming to the end of our shift. Maybe you should have a lie down. I'll keep an ear out. Wouldn't want you losing sleep.
Okay. Don't be too long, and make sure you wake up whoever's next watching. And no fishing.
I'll tuck you in.
To what?
You're a
Into
swing
our-
back, for God's
The
sake.
cliffs.
Quick, use land stride, shoves you into the wall.
Ah, perfect. Warm and snuggly.
An hour later,
Okay.
boom, it just pops back out and slides to the ground.
I will. Okay, I'm gonna go and lay down. Go
Okay.
to bed.
When she falls asleep,
Okay.
I go over to Cychania. You have proven yourself to be a threat. If you put one link out of line, I will rend you down to slag and turn you into a belt buckle.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
It is still with my strength
Yep.
thing because of bullshit like that. So that is with a +7. So
Okay.
14.
It's hard to read because Sochania has zero emotion. But Sochania seems to be disregarding, from what you can tell. Doesn't seem to be concerned with your threat. But there isn't a emotion to convey, more of just a Sochania wraps around Cat and lies down on Cat.
Strike 2. And I will wake up the next person when it's time.
Okay. And that'll be
I
over
will be
to
going to sleep outside of the area where Sidechania is at this point in time, after making sure Cat is all right.
Okay. Moving over to Damian and Vinny. Okay.
Okay.
So, anything you would like to try and you would like to do overnight, or over the course of your watch, rather? Damian, anything?
Nothing in particular I can think
No,
of.
not really.
Okay. I would like both of you to go ahead and make me perception checks then, please. Disadvantage for you, Damian. There are fireflies out, and it is a bright moon tonight, I believe. If I've got my lunar cycle correct, I believe you are. Okay, it's waning, but yes, it is a bright moon today.
Perception? That's pretty good.
I'll move
Given a
on to the next
disadvantage, I rolled literally average. It's an 11.
11. Okay.
Not great. No, it's a 7.
Okay. The two of you are
Hell yeah.
keeping an eye out, but the night isn't necessarily, as much as it's busy, it makes the two of you jumpy, but it isn't necessarily to the point of conflict by the looks of it. On the walkway, it seems fairly safe. It's away from the main sections of the deep, kind of boggier areas. And with your dark vision, you are able to pick up on a few bits that do go on. You see the various kind of glimmer of eyes in the night as moonlight just catches some eyelids or something in the night. You see the fireflies going about. You see all of this. You see what looks to be kind of small congregations of fireflies and areas kind of moving around together. You can see bits of driftwood moving backwards and forward, which you don't know which of wood and which ones are otherwise giant alligators or crocodiles. It's hard to tell. And then Damian, with your further lack of vision, all you hear is the sounds of the night. And it is haunting to a certain degree, but not to a maddening state, only to a concerning one of being on watch and knowing that in a moment's notice, the striking up of a torch may be necessary.
Right.
You keep your own, you both keep your nerve and your guard, and the night goes by and passes without issue. As day begins to break, the shadows continue to remain in this location as the sun rises in the east. And as some of you otherwise look to see the sunrise, you can see the bridge, or the silhouette of it, cast across the horizon. And it is a beautiful scene of the otherwise black silhouette of the bridge and the gold and orange, as well as the pink from the early sunrise off in the distance, otherwise flowing down the gorge like a river, otherwise casting its light across you all. As the warmth begins to pick up and the ever so faint chill of night fades, but the mists linger for a bit. And that is where we will end our session for tonight. So, with our group where they are, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see if they can conquer the rest of this bio and perhaps the Jade Mines. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.